Hope you're doing good. Alright, so I'm going to chug down a little bit of caffeine to get my brain woken up before we get into this, so don't go anywhere, folks. We are just about to get started. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shane, that's Shane's Games, and tonight we're going to be playing Myst Masterpiece Edition. This is our very first time playing it on stream, so if you're just joining us now, you haven't missed a thing. But if you'd like to check out some of the other games I've played in the past, be them obscure, unusual, or nostalgic, feel free to check out my YouTube channel. But for right now, let's get into the game, shall we?
The moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed. I must admit, however, such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed. And so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
There are no subtitles in here, unfortunately, but I do like the dialogue. Abstractism, this is the first one. This is the very first one in the Myst series. Let's see, let me catch up right here. Can appreciate some. That's good enough. That's good enough. Whatever you appreciate right there. Haven't missed a thing. Oh my goodness. All right, so. All right, book. It says Myst on the cover. It's a little laggy, unfortunately. There we go. Yeah, cinematic seems to lag for a little bit, I'm not sure why. But no, Masterpiece Edition doesn't let you free roam, that's real Myst, which I also have. But that one wasn't made with the approval of the original creators, and it added some new content. So technically it's not canon, so I prefer to play this one. Now, everybody turn up your speakers and prepare for one of my favorite sounds in all of video gamedom. The Myst linking book noise. I love that noise so much. It's so good. Oh man, Paranoia Agent's a good one. I do like that one, most definitely. Let's see, Joda, I mostly remember playing it. My PC would not play any of the videos. Oh, that's really unfortunate, Joda. I'm sorry to hear that. It's surprising you can see. Oh my god. Alright, so we begin. So the first thing I do remember, one small thing I do remember about the game, is there's a little door over to the left. And a lot of people consider it a secret door, but it's right there in the center of the screen. You just need to figure out to turn at the start instead of going straight. So we're going to go down here first, and hopefully it'll save us a little bit of time. I should also give you guys a little bit of backstory on Myst first. So an interesting thing about Myst is it's actually credited with speeding along the adoption of the CD drive. Because this was one of the very first games that was CD only, so the only way to get it was to have a CD drive, which wasn't standard in PCs at the time, so a lot of people had to run out and buy new ones, which is amazing. Yeah, right there, Nintendo, and you got it, It originally came out on Mac, which was this is probably the height of Mac gaming right there. Though not the only Mac exclusive. We'll probably talk about that again some other time. Myst also held the title of best-selling PC game for, I believe, 8 years. It was only beaten by The Sims, which honestly I can see why it beat it. But I believe Myst actually sold somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 million copies? It's insane. It really is. Usually replace double switch? That I did not know about. That's insane. Yeah, Myst Masterpiece Edition and Real Myst. That sounds correct. I believe so. The PS2 noise is good too. I do enjoy that one most definitely. Oh, Havoc, you played a Zork game. Nice. One of the text one or one of the visual ones? I'm curious. The trick with this game is, for anybody that doesn't know their Macintosh stuff, this is basically a very complicated PowerPoint presentation. Or that's how it was originally made. If we do have any Mac nerds in here, this was made in HyperCard, which was sort of like an HTML builder type thing. It was a very weird piece of software. And if you do have access to any retro Mac stuff, definitely play around with HyperCard. But yeah, the original Myst was just a HyperCard stack. That's all it was. It's wild, wild stuff. Siamese Sims is their shit. It's so good. Myst speedrun when? The Myst speedruns are like nothing. You can just basically go straight to the end. So I'm taking it Shane is a bit of Myst head. That begs the question. Oh, that's... Oh, one of the visual ones. You might have played Nemesis. Zork Nemesis I have a hard copy of as well, which is pretty wild. Alright, let's head down here. See what we can see. Oh man, that's awesome, Marksman. Alright, so what do we got here? It's like a pool. With some sort of grid and stuff underneath? Weird. Alright, what else we got in the room? Got a panel over here. Settings Dimensional Imager. So topographical extrusion test is 40. Water turbulent pool is 67. That might have been what it was set to originally. And marker switch diagram is 47. So let's try out 40 and 47. Yeah, what's this? Oh, there we go. Alright, that's how we enter the numbers. Cool. Ooh, pretty. Oh, that actually is kind of neat. It's all 3D and stuff. I want one of these in my house. Sign me up. I've never played Grand Inquisitor, but I'd like to work my way through the Zork series sometime. That would be really cool. Let's see. Jonah found a number for the sales. You're a bit off. 6.3 million. That's insane. Holy shit. Oh, and in 10 mode, you actually wrote a supermarket till simulator in HyperCard. HyperCard seems really neat. I'd love to try it out someday, because I do enjoy programming as a hobbyist, so HyperCard seems like it would be a blast. It really does. Alright, so we tried that. So let's try out 47 next. See what that is. That was the marker switch diagram, I think it was. Let's try that then. Alright. That's not actually like a 3D projection like the other one, but we can see it at least. That's a good thing. Nothing could be in 3 whole dimensions. Kung Fu Zombie Killer this once rocked my little world. This blew my mind the first time I played it. I was obsessed with this game. Kirby Pink, oh my god. That's a good cheat code right there. An IRL cheat code, if anything else. One other interesting thing about Myst is there's a documentary on YouTube, a series by, I think, Polygon called War Stories, where they interview retro game developers, and they ask them about specifically one challenge they had making their game. And there's one of these about Myst, and I very highly recommend checking it out. It's wild. And the challenge that they address in the Myst documentary, or in the Myst war stories, is they mention, because they were one of the first all CD-only games, they said there wasn't a good way to plan out storage for that era. So they said as they're developing the game, they didn't really have any eye to how much they could fit on the CD. So they're like, let's just finish the game and then we'll see if it fits. And thank all of the stars in heaven, it did. On the first try, Myst fit on one CD. And they said if it hadn't, they're not sure what to do because they didn't make it in a very modular fashion. And they're like, we don't know how we could have cut anything out. We just got really lucky that it fit on the CD when we tried. So that's a thing. That's a wild thing to think about right there. Oh my goodness. Fallols, welcome in. How are you doing today, Fallols? Hope you are doing well. A speck of something in my glasses here. Give me just a moment. And if for anybody that hadn't seen me with glasses, here you go. Little bonus right there. Alright, so we're not going to try numbers randomly. I don't think that would get us anywhere. So I think we've seen everything there is to see down here right now. 2 years older than you are, Siamese. How does that feel? That's gotta feel pretty wild. Alright, so let's head up here. Head back outside. Take a look around. So, for anybody that hasn't played this before, try 69, the best number. Oh god. For anybody that hasn't seen this before, right now we are on Myst Island. And this is kind of like the hub world of the game. Alright, here's one of those marker switches. Doesn't appear to do anything. That's okay. That's okay. Ah, yeah, it's true, Nintendo. You need a big chunky hard drive, too, which is wild. Falls, you gotta take some more deep sleep study bullshit soon. Ooh, I'm sorry, but hopefully that study gets you whatever information you need from it, so good luck. Alright, what's up with this big gear over here? There's a big gear and another switch that doesn't appear to do anything. Good times! You can see why I said we're going to have to take a lot of notes. Hey, Cat Crasher! It has been a while. How have you been, Cat Crasher? Hope everything is doing good. Pleasure to see you. Only by flipping the switch exactly 47 times can you progress. There is some bullshit in here. Alright, here's a bit of text we got here. Catherine, I've left for you a message of utmost importance in our forechamber beside the dock. Enter the number of marker switches on the island into the imager to retrieve the message. Yours, Atris. So we got a couple of names right here, Catherine and Atris. And we've got our first puzzle, which is we need to figure out how many marker switches are on the island and punch that number into the imager to get a message that Atris left for Catherine. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. I remember, I think I've heard of that, Havoc. I don't think I've played that myself, though. I'm not sure I have. Let's see. She didn't, oh god. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Cat Crasher, but I'm glad to hear you're doing good, and it's a pleasure to have you with us. Alright, so we're gonna have to start keeping track of these marker switches. So let's start making notes of that. Let's start making notes of that. So, I'll start a page for Myst Island, and we'll do marker switches. Let's see, so we got one by the gear and one here by the observatory. I know I've already missed one, but I forget where that was at, so I'll have to go back there. Alright, so this one doesn't seem to do anything either. Let's head in here. There's a chair, it looks kind of like a dentist chair. There's a switch on the wall. Oh, there was one right on the dock, wasn't there? Yeah. Let's make a note of that. There's one on the dock. Man, my handwriting is terrible. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to read this. Alright, so that turns out the lights in here. Ooh. That's cool. Sit in the chair, see what happens there. Alright, we got a little console right here. And the first button changes the month. Second button changes the day. Third button, I don't know what that number is. The year, maybe? Might be the year. And the fourth button changes the time. And when we change that and then press this button... Alright, so this is presumably like a historical astral reference. Shows what the sky would have looked like on that date and time. Interesting, interesting. Proper tooth care is very important, this is true. And I left them all down, aka their initial states. Gotcha, gotcha. Alright, for anybody that doesn't remember or haven't been here before, hit !adventure in chat and you'll see what our backseating rules are for the stream. And basically I use a specific set of rules I call the adventure game rules. Basically, if you've never played the game before, or if you're otherwise blind for this game, feel free to jump in and assist us with any puzzles. But anybody else that does have foreknowledge of the game, I ask you to hold off until I specifically ask. Alright, so not much we can do in there. Let's keep moving on. See what's over here. Alright, so there's another one over here. So this is marker switch number 4. The ship. Gotcha. Let's see. Havoc and Siamese, you're both blind. Excellent, excellent. Fake Leroy, welcome in. Why are you doing this to yourself, Shane? Because it was a charity goal. People paid good money to a good cause to make me play Myst. Alright, so there's another marker switch here. This one doesn't seem to do anything either. The ship door does not open, so I don't think there's anything we can do for right now. Is there anything else here? No. Not there. Oh, here we go. Alright, so there's some sort of breaker right there, it looks like. Interesting, but nothing we can do with it just yet. So we'll come back there too. Let's see, Peggy, welcome in. I always knew this was a difficult puzzle game, so I noped hard on it. That's fair, that is fair. And Grizzleby, welcome in. How are you doing today? Good to see you. Alright. Let's get back over to here. What is this? The library! Alright, so let's see what we got in here. We got a painting of the island right here. With something going on. Let's mess with that in a second. We'll come back to that. We got a red book with a red page over there. We got a bookshelf. We got a painting of an open door. We got a blue book with a blue page. And we've got a fireplace in there as well. So let's start with the red book and the red page. Let's check that out real quick. So we can pick up the red page. Can we do something with the red book? We can. Let's see what that does. Alright, so I couldn't hear most of that, but he said I heard him say his name is Cirrus, and he wanted me to bring him red pages. We'll have to see what else is going on there. Let me catch up on chat, see what we got going on here. Sounds like he's in the middle of a Star Wars blaster fight. Something was distorting the connection right there, so that was very odd. And Jimmy, welcome in. How are you doing today, Jimmy? And Gamagumo and Peggy, thank you for dropping some more channel points towards our community goal. I appreciate that. He said, I'm serious and bring me red lyrium. No, well, he can't have any. I got limited. I mean, what? No. I mean, I don't know what red lyrium is. What even is red lyrium? I wouldn't know anything about that. Arguments, thank you for dropping some channel points there as well. All right, let's check out the blue book then. There's a blue page here as well. Can we put that in the blue book? We can. What happens then? Ah!
Bring blue pages. Never. Just... I must have the blue page. Come to me.
Alright, so that guy was creepy as hell. Again, we couldn't really hear much of what was going on in there, but he called himself Akinar. And he said, help me, and asked for blue pages. Yeah, that guy's kind of shady. That guy's kind of... Oh, I'm going to see that smile in my nightmares tonight. Newfie-chan, welcome in. How are you doing today? Let's see. It would be cool to see you play the Neverhood or the spiritual successor Armorkrog. Don't forget Neverhood had a sequel as well called Skull Monkeys, which I do have that. I've got Neverhood, I've got Skull Monkeys, I don't have Armorkrog. I've wanted to play them on the stream because on one hand they are really, really cool creative games, but on the other hand, the guy that created them is a gigantic piece of shit. So I'm currently holding off on that, but they are really neat and very beautiful games, Newfie-chan, definitely. Let's see. And Spinach, thank you for dropping some channel points. And Joda, thank you for dropping some channel points as well. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was really hard to hear there, but that's intentional. That's not a bug in the game. I want to clarify that. That is meant to be an intentional effect. Alright, what else we got here? So we have this bookshelf. So there is a lot to read on this bookshelf, but I won't read it unless you folks really want me to. So if you guys want me to read it, I will. But otherwise, I'm just going to kind of page through looking for clues in here. And Newfie-chan, thank you for dropping some channel points towards the goal. I appreciate that. We're actually halfway done. This is day 3 of our 30-day goal, and we're already halfway there. You folks are amazing. Marksman, thank you so much for the bits. I appreciate that. The HyperCard hand icon, I know, it's right there. Oh, it was a black book for you, Joe. I'm so sorry. And Spinach, you say read it, please? Alright, let's read some. I'll ask again after one book, because like I said, it is a lot of things. Alright, I have called this age Channelwood, and it is a very different world. Though it is exactly how I imagined it, it is still amazing to see it with my own eyes. Water covers this age as far as I can see except for a small rocky island. Elsewhere there are only trees, which grow directly out of the water. A myriad of thin wooden passageways are built just above the water, and disappear into the forest. I assume they were built some time ago, for they appear aged. I am eager to discover more about this land and its people, but I have arrived here late, and I must rest. Channelwood, oh my god. I was awakened this morning by strange noises coming from a pathway adjacent to the one on which I slept. I saw a group of monkey-like people heading in my direction. They had not seen me yet. I did not feel threatened by their presence. Their response to me was one that I would have never expected. After staring at me for a short time, they fell to their knees and began what appeared to be some sort of ceremonial worship. I tried to speak to them, but they did not understand my language. Instead, they indicated through enthusiastic hand motions that I was to follow them. As we walked, I began to notice that the waters below us were changing colors. Slowly, subtly, they would change from deep blue to muddy orange, then from muddy orange to beautifully clear. I was so intrigued by the water, I hardly noticed that we had arrived at a ladder. Climbing the ladder led us to their village, which is about 10 meters above the water, and can only be reached by rope ladders that stretch from the lower paths to the village level approximately halfway up the grand trees. It is very interesting watching these people carry out their daily tasks. Even after watching them for hours, I did not understand exactly what they were doing. Wobbin, thank you for dropping some channel points, and Havoc, thank you for dropping some channel points as well. At sunset, they motioned for me to follow them. I followed the creatures to the doorway of an enormous hut. Strangely, once inside, I found that the hut appeared even larger than it had from the outside. The walls were garnished with bright metals, and in the center of the hut sat the leader of these people. At least he appeared to be their leader, for he sat a meter off the floor on a thick throne. Guards surrounded the strong creature who was dressed in many exotic, colorful fabrics. Next to the leader sat a very old human. At least to some extent he appeared human. His hair, which was only on his face and head, was completely gray, almost white, and hung very long around his frail body. His thin head hung limply by an almost grotesque neck that could not hold its head up to look at me. But what a surprise, this creature could speak my language. Shortly thereafter, I was given a bed with some hand motions that looked to be telling me to go to sleep. I look forward to learning more. As I suspected, the ancient creature is a human, but he is old beyond his own reckoning and seems almost insane. However, the tree dwellers almost revere him as a god. They are treating me now in the same fashion, which makes me feel very uncomfortable. It is almost impossible to understand this old man. His voice is feeble but wild. He has adopted much of the language of the tree dwellers. He himself had told me he has not spoken our own tongue in ages. He attempted to explain to me the history of this place. The following is my best translation of what he's told me. BD Beard, thank you for the follow, I appreciate that. Many years ago, the humans and tree dwellers lived together in this place, which was then a vast island. They interacted very little. The humans dwelt on the ground, and the tree dwellers lived high above the humans. Occasionally, the island was disturbed by mysterious rumblings which happened randomly, some sort of tectonic or volcanic action, I suspect. The sometimes slight, sometimes heavy tremors would only last a short time. Then they would stop, allowing everything to return to normal. One day things changed. The rumblings began and grew quickly to unprecedented levels. Soon it became apparent that the entire island was sinking slowly into the ocean around them. Many of the humans died that day, but not before sacrificing themselves in order to stop the sinking of the island. The humans who lived through this catastrophe moved into the trees, where they gradually died out, maybe because they were unequipped for such an environment, but I am not sure. This is the story the old man communicated to me, although many details are very unclear in my mind. I'm especially confused as to how the humans saved the island from completely sinking. In fact, I doubt the accuracy of that part of the story. The island must have stopped on its own. Yet the old man believes in the truth of the story as if he'd been there. And the tree dwellers worship him, and apparently all humans, as if they were heroes or gods. The old man ended our conversation today with an event which I will never forget. He began gripping my hands tightly, murmuring something about rest and asleep. He then said, "We had expected you to come sooner." These actions filled me with a sort of immediate dread. With much effort, he stood to his feet. I tried to help, but he pushed me away with more force than I imagined his frail body contained. The tree dwellers quietly surrounded him with very solemn faces. They then kneeled before him. He walked to each and placed his hand on their heads. All the while he murmured words which I did not understand. Finally, he turned to me and smiled. Then he closed his eyes and walked out the door and off the narrow path high in the trees. The tree dwellers were silent. They began a procession down the nearest rope ladder. As I was descending, I saw several of them pick up the body. He had fallen into a lower level of walkway and carry it away. He was laying down at the dead end of a short pier-like structure. With the use of some potion, one of the tree creatures lit the pier on fire, and I watched as the flames engulfed him. As his strange funeral proceeded, the waters around the pier changed to dull green. Well, that's spooky. You know, I was wondering about that, Lore Master. File under things that must have happened. The font's not too bad. The font could definitely be worse. Most definitely. This morning I awoke, finding it hard to even believe the previous evening's events. The water is a dull green for as far as I can see now. For some reason, the water no longer shifts color. As I wander throughout the pathways, the creatures watch me, curious to see what I will do next. They are constantly offering me strange objects of affection. I even found food outside the doorway to the room in which I had slept. This is a unique race of beings. I hope to learn their language soon that I may learn more from them. I have lived on this world for 3 months on and off, and the tree dwellers have shown great hospitality. I am even beginning to learn bits of their language. I have decided to return home for an extended stay with my loving wife and my sons, and hopefully return with them. However, I am sure Catherine will once again refuse. I think this age would be a wonderful experience for them all, and I at least look forward to how Sirius and Achenar would react to its curious inhabitants. So it sounds like this is written by Atris, and Catherine's his wife, and those two people we saw in the book, Sirius and Achenar, are his kids. Interesting. Excuse me. Catherine is staying behind as expected. My sons have returned with me, and they enjoy this age very much. They get along very well with the tree dwellers, and are picking up their language surprisingly fast. I have no doubt that it will not be long until they can speak with the tree dwellers much better than I myself. Hey, Dreamers Arcade, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you are doing well. I am leaving tomorrow to check on the, Osmoian Age? I think so. Sirius has suggested that I allow him and his brother to stay. Though the idea unsettles me, I know the boys are growing up rapidly. The hospitality of these creatures is such that I could think of no better place to leave them alone for a short while, so I will consent to their request. I warned the boys not to take advantage of the respect the tree dwellers have for their ideas. They seem to understand my warning, and I have faith they will follow it. Much to my dismay, upon arriving in Everdunes, I learned that Pran and her people are continuing to be menaced by the Shochtik. I fear for their survival and plan on returning to her shortly after checking on Sirius and Achenar here. See Everdunes journal for more information. After watching Sirius and Achenar, I see they are handling things very well, and I think I can put to rest any fears about leaving them in Channelwood again. And for a little longer time. Just starting your day? Good to hear. Hopefully you got a good day ahead of you. I'm doing good. Having a good weekend so far. The tree dwellers seem slightly distressed that I am leaving, but are happy that Sirius and Achenar are staying behind again. I have been gone for over 3 days and have been to many different places. I had to tell Sirius and Achenar about Pran's death today, and they were visibly shaken, although they only remembered her from their childhood. Catherine has suggested that it would be wise for Sirius and Achenar to leave Channelwood for a while, and I have to agree. They will be returning with me when I leave again. I have told my son that they will be returning with me in 2 days. They spent the entire night telling me of the adventure they had experienced in my absence, and it was rather remarkable. It seems they constructed a boat with the creatures and traveled some ways out into the surrounding waters. I enjoy hearing them talk excitedly of their adventures, and am reminded of my own adventures as a child. I finally understand why the tree dwellers have been giving me their many inks and insisting I write with them. Looking through some of my past entries, I see now that the inks have changed from the black I thought they were to various different colors. I have shown some of the creatures my journal, and they laughed and howled. I did not know they had such a sense of humor. Even now, as I look through this very colorful journal, I cannot help but laugh myself. So he didn't know the ink was going to change colors. Only realized it in retrospect. Sisu, welcome in. How are you doing? There is gameplay, but there's a whole bunch of text right in this. We're in the library. So I asked chat if they wanted me to do some reading, so I said I was going to read this book, and we'll see if chat wants me to read more after this. We'll be returning tomorrow, so my sons are with the creatures for the last night here. They have told me they would like to come to Channelwood again, and also asked if they can visit some other ages alone. Though I'll have to think over their request, I believe they have proven to me that they are trustworthy and responsible. Catherine will also have to help me decide whether they are ready for travel alone. For now I must give my farewells to the creatures, for I do not know how long it will be until I revisit this age again. Yeah, we got some story time going on. Reading with Uncle Shane today. Alright, so we got some diagrams right here. This is probably of the Channelwood age. Nice drawings, you got a good art style. Alright, so that is the Channelwood book right there. So chat, do you want me to read more, or should I just be going through these books looking for hints on puzzles? Because there's another 3 books on this shelf that we can read, I believe. So do you want me to go on with one more, or what do you say? Good point, no need to read them all at once, so we can just come back to the bookshelf later. Let's spread them out, that's a good idea, I like that. Alright, let's see what else there is to see in this library then. You're doing great, Sisu, good to hear, good to hear. Mazonga, welcome in, how are you doing today? Take a look, it's in a book, it's reading Shanebo. I may have to steal that, that's good. I'm doing good, Sisu, thank you for asking, I appreciate it. Alright, what happens if we click this picture right here? Oh! It turns this archway into what we see in the picture. Exciting? Let's see what's back here. Alright, so this is a little elevator. With a button that says library. That was a neat transition. Magical portraits, is this Mario 64? If I see any bob-ombs, I'm gonna scream. Alright, so a symbol of a book leads up to here. And there's nothing up here. Alright. Simple enough. I guess we'll have to come back here later. Is there anything else to see in here? There is. There is another ladder with a picture of a key on it. And just another flat stone face at the top. That's weird. Apex, welcome in. I kickstarted Darkwood, but I've never actually played it yet. I've seen a little of it played. It looks really cool, though. I would like to check that out sometime. Seeing Shane play Mario 64 would be epic. I haven't played that since it first came out either. It has been a very long time. Petition needs to be one of the charity goals. It could be. It could be. I do have an N64 hooked up to my TV behind me. I have to get it hooked up to my streaming setup, but that's possible. That is possible. You were huge into games like this back in the day. Me too, Apex. I never stopped though. All right. Nothing I can see up there right now. So let's head back in here. I notice there's a flat stone wall there. But I see this looks like the exit door. And that opens the exit door, alright. So let's check out this fireplace. Oh. We can crouch in the fireplace. And this is barely visible, but you see there's a little switch right over here. Wow. Alright. So yet another puzzle to throw on the pile of puzzles that we don't have enough information to solve just yet. Weird shit in the fireplace. That's happening. You suck my belt! Tom, welcome in. How are you doing today, Tom? How is your weekend going? Can I get a shout out for Retrograde Tom as well? I would appreciate that. Tom, I was showing off my merch before too. Check this out. I have the Myst tabletop role-playing game called Unwritten Adventures in Ages of what was it? Adventures in the Ages of Myst and Beyond. Actually a legitimate Cyan product. You got the Cyan logo right there. And on top of that, I have from the Myst Kickstarter, I have the Myst big ass book right here, which you open it up and it's got the linking page right there, which I freaking love. The tome! The tome! Excuse me. But hey, if there's people in here that love retro games like Myst, then do yourself a favor and click that link and give Retrograde Tom a follow. He is good people, and he puts on a damn good stream. Plays a lot of retro point and clicks, a lot of retro adventure games, including a lot that aren't available anymore or just common knowledge anymore. Amazing place to go hang out. Click that link, give him a follow. You'll enjoy hanging out there. Can't miss that Myst big ass book. I love it. I love it. There is a Myst tabletop game. It's called Unwritten. It's not bad. It's using the Fate system, if you're familiar with that. There was a Myst Kickstarter, and it was meant to get all of the Myst games compatible with Windows 10, which they succeeded, and if you get them on Steam, they are all compatible with that now. So that's a good thing. And Hare, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you were having a good day today. That linking book is epic. The funny thing is that isn't even the premium version of that linking book. I have a friend, the friend that actually got me into Myst in the first place, who got the premium version, and in his, the linking page isn't just a picture, it's actually an LCD screen with a speaker. So when you open the book up, it plays the flyby of Myst Island while playing the music that plays in that segment, which is amazing. And you can actually, there's a button on the inside, you can set it to play the different flybys as well from the different games, from the central islands of all of them. It's so neat, but it was like 150 bucks, so I couldn't justify the cost. But I'm happy I got my big cardboard one. I'm very happy with that. Looks like an old telephone book. It's huge. It's huge. Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. All right. So, nothing we can do in that fireplace for right now. So what was this? What was this is the question. Let's come back to that later. Yet another thing we don't have enough information to mess with yet. Journeyman Project. I've always wanted to play Journeyman Project. I've heard that's a cool series. I have. Are there any new telephone books? Sadly, Sisu, I live in an apartment complex, and once a year, we just get a mountain of telephone books in the lobby. And no one ever takes them, but they just sit there for weeks. Yeah, that sound was horrible. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's probably it. It probably affects the room the elevator goes to, but it's got so many positions, it would take forever to guess. So we're going to have to see if we can find some sort of clue as to where to turn it. Yeah, we still get telephone books. Like I said, nobody actually takes them, but they just sit in a giant mountain in the lobby for weeks. It is such a waste of trees, it really is. All right, what do we got over here? Alright, so we have a little basin of water with a ship in it that looks kind of like the ship at the dock. But I don't see anything I can interact with here yet. So we'll leave that alone. What are these over here? Alright, so there's a box with a symbol on it that I can turn from red to green. But I haven't seen that symbol before. There's a bird. There's an eyeball. There's a snake. There's a spider. What else we got here? There's that cross. There's a leaf. There's another marker switch too, so I'm gonna make a note of that. Marker switch number 5 by the fountain, we'll call it. Yeah, stop printing telephone books. Stop printing telephone books. No one wants them. Literally no one. Use them as paperweights and stepladders. That's probably good, that's about as good a thing as you're gonna get out of them. Oh, it's really unfortunate. The witness beta looking pretty neat. Oh my god. Alright, we got an arrow. Is another one here? Anything else? We got an anchor. Alright, I think that's all of them. We don't know what to do with literally any of them yet, but we'll work that out eventually. Oh, birds. Hang on, what is this? There's another marker switch here. We'll call this the shack, maybe? No, we won't call this the shack. We'll call it, underground? Alright. Dreamers Arcade, thank you so much for the follow and welcome in. Monitor stands, that's another thing right there. Alright, so this goes deep, deep down there. I see a shitload of generators? Alright, we got a diagram on the wall. Power and power to spaceship. And generator switches. Alright. So this powers up that spaceship we saw outside, I presume. Alright, so there, the second dial, the spaceship power went to 0. So clearly this isn't just turn on all the switches. There's something we have to do there. We'll come back there later as well. Oh my goodness. That Lego movie, I gotta watch that again sometime. Alright. So nothing we can do in there. I'm noticing a running theme. Alright, we got another marker switch across the water there by the clock. Let's make a note of that. Clock. So that's... We got 7 marker switches so far. Looks like a math puzzle. It could be, but we don't know what the intended solution is yet, so we're not trying to hit anything until we get some more clues first. We can't get across the water here. That makes sense. What is this? Oh, hey! The clock hands changed. So it looks like those dials are used to change the position of the clock hands. But once again, we don't know what to change it to. So we'll come back here later. Alright, here we go. We got another marker switch. We'll call this one the shack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8. Song is stuck in my head and I don't mind because everything is awesome. Excellent. Now, what do we got in here? Ooh. We got a boiler looking thing and a big dial. Nothing I can click on the boiler. And I don't think I can turn this dial. Oh, there we go. I didn't hear hissing, but nothing's happening. But turning that doesn't seem to do anything, so I think there's something else we have to do in here. There might need to be a fire in here first. That's possible. It might just be gas with no flame. Oh, we got a safe in here, too. Got a safe that needs a 3-digit code. We don't have that yet either. So once again, what do we say, ladies and gentlemen? We'll have to come back later. Valve? Probably not that kind of valve. Yeah, there was a switch beside the clock. We already made a note of that one, so we're good there. Secret sudden ending? Oh my god. Alright. Alright, so that just heads back to this path over here. So have we seen everything to see in the island? Have we seen the whole island by now? Is there anything we're missing? Kind of feels like we've seen everything. Well, we need that important message then, so let's see if we've got the right number of marker switches. And if not, we can probably fudge it. If we're close, we can probably fudge it. Oh god. Myst is such a chill and beautiful world, it really is. Alright, so let's try this out. So we go over here, we open this up, and let's set it to 8.
Catherine, my love, I have to leave quickly. Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine, it's one of our sons. I suspect Achenar, but I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well. Oh, I should have known better than to have left my library unchecked for so long. Well, I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in their places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return. But if you've forgotten the access keys, remember the tower rotation. Oh, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, wait, and erase this message after you viewed it, just to be safe.
Alright. So, said something terrible happened and he suspected Achenar, the creepy guy. He mentioned the books were destroyed, which if you notice, most of the books on the library shelf were burned. And he said you shouldn't have to use the books, but if you need to, remember the tower rotation. So clearly that's probably going to be where we're going next to. So we got to figure out something with that tower rotation. But we don't really have any clues in that respect. So let's play around with it a bit, I guess. I suppose. Let's see. So let's open up the pathway to the library first. Is this Heathcliff? Oh my god. Alright, so that opens the pathway. Alright, so let's turn this around over here. Why not? See if that changes anything in there. See if anything looks different now that we rotated the tower. Needs a shotgun and some zombies? That would be a very different game. Did you press the second picture in the library? We did. We pressed one of them to open the stairway, and the other one closes it and lets us get out again. So yeah, they're two sides of the same coin, basically. Alright, so if we go up the stairs to the library, it is still nothing. And it looks like the other side's still nothing as well. Yep, still just blank stone walls. But clearly it's got to be something with rotating the tower to the correct arrangement. But I'm not sure what that would be. We'll see if there's anything else in the library we might have missed. Anything else to interact with. And we'll try and go from there. One other thing to mention is that in his message, Atris said to delete the video after Catherine watched it. But the message wasn't deleted, so it's possible Catherine hadn't ever seen that message. Which is worrisome. Oh hey, we can look at the ceiling. I don't see anything to interact with, though. Does that mean anything? I kind of see some lines up on the ceiling, but I'm not sure if that's significant. Very weird. Catherine couldn't find a microwave, oh god. Maybe I need to read another book? I could. Yeah, alright. Let's read another book then. This is what happens when I press the other picture. There we go. It just seals that up so we can get access to the books again. Alright, book number 2 here. Let's see what we got. Emmett was the first to live on the rocks. He named them the rocks because that is what they were. A group of sharp rocks clustered together in the middle of a large sea. This is where Emmett lived. He enjoyed his life. Emmett would occasionally swim the nearby rocks, as it was never too far of a distance. One day another person appeared on the rocks, for no apparent reason to Emmett. Emmett named this new person Branch. Emmett and Branch quickly became friends, swimming and hunting for fish together often. Emmett showed Branch the simple cave in which he lived on the largest rock. Soon, Branch discovered a place where he decided to live, also on the same large rock. The sun always shone brightly on their world, and the water was always dazzlingly clear, allowing them to see almost to the deep ocean floor which surrounded them. Though the sun always shone, it was never too hot for the boys. A light breeze always came from the north and cooled the area down. One day, while Branch was swimming and having fun in the water, he noticed another boy swimming. Branch thought the new boy to Emmett, brought the new boy to Emmett to find out what to call the new boy. Emmett said the boy should be called Will. Will was soon a part of the group, and all 3 of the boys swam and enjoyed their perfect world. Interesting. Hey, Trev, welcome in. I remember I never got into the franchise even at the height of my adventure game addiction, but I was always impressed by the visuals. It's a very pretty game, Drev. And how are you doing today, Drev? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. At least that is the story I was told when I arrived today on the island. Emmett, Branch, and Will were surprised to see me at first, but even before the night ended, we were all becoming good friends. Today, the second day on this newly created age, a strange thing happened. It was not strange to me, but the 3 boys did not understand what was happening. While I was relaxing under a large tree on one of the smaller rock islands, it began to rain. It was a nice rain that lasted for about an hour in the morning. I explained to the boys that the rain was not harmful, yet they obviously still feared it. Before going to sleep tonight, I told the boys I would leave the following day. I told them that while I was gone, I would make a surprising change to their world. They didn't understand, not that I expected them to. You're describing Raft? I gotta play that game sometime. That game looks like a hoot. Ah, jeez, sorry to drive. That's never a fun thing. But, yeah, it happens. I still do not fully understand what happened today. I was experimenting with the art, testing the limits of the rules as dictated to be my father. I attempted to create a boat by riding it into the world. I thought everything was planned correctly, yet somehow the boat had become gripped by the rock and broken in half. Although this test did not turn out as I'd hoped, I now have answers to a few of the questions my father never answered. As for the boat, I can see the boys enjoy it anyway and that I am pleased. They have played on it all day. Even though the boat cannot move, I have enjoyed studying from it. It is a much sturdier platform than the jagged rocks. In the course of my observations, I have learned some very interesting things regarding the solar system of this age. The nights are absolutely beautiful here. I have made note of and named the number of constellations that pass above me. Also during the night, I catch glimmers of light from the horizon, which I have not been able to discover if it is created by some natural phenomenon or by additional people on far-off islands or rocks. I should very much like to discover which. I rather suspect it is additional people, which would explain the appearance of Branch and Will. Oh, geez, yeah, Trev, we've got a couple other folks in Germany right now, and they have been saying it is a nightmare over there. I hope you're doing okay, Trev. I hope you're staying cool as best as you can, and hopefully you'll be able to ride it out until it starts cooling down a little bit. The rain today was slightly heavier than usual. Just when the boys were getting used to the light rains, a small storm arrived. They were frightened of the heavier rain, not to mention the thunder and lightning. If rain has never fallen here until recently, as the boys tell me, I would like to discover why it is falling now. Regardless, I have decided to return home for a short while. I have also been thinking of some plans for a lighthouse that I hope to construct soon. I think that perhaps by shining a bright light towards the horizon, it might prove my suspicions regarding additional inhabitants. They would be curious about the light and travel to discover its source, if they have the means. Argent, welcome in! Yay, Myst! We're doing it! I returned with many tools that I will need for construction of the lighthouse. I have decided that once the lighthouse is completed, I will leave for some time and let the world's own imagination have control. We've worked 3 weeks on the lighthouse now, and are making great progress. The rock that we are building on seems to me not as secure as I would have liked. I've had to alter my plans significantly, but those alterations pose no real problem. The boys are quite strong and have been helping me immensely. I will estimate construction will be done within 2 days. The lighthouse is finished, and we are all proud of our creation. The boys are amazed at the structure wrought from rock with their own hands. That evening, we powered up the generator, much to the boys' dread at first, and shined a great light to the horizon for many hours. I stayed the night in the tip of the lighthouse, and in the morning awoke to observe the sunrise without my being coated with the chilly blanket of ocean dew I had become accustomed to. It was Will who first saw the girl. She was swimming not far from the boat where Will was getting ready to hunt for fish. Then Will noticed a man not far away from the girl. Emma was very pleased to meet with the additional neighbors. I feel pleased to leave this age. I have set in motion events that have nothing to do with writing or the art that will have more profound impact on this world than I could ever have written. And he calls this the Stone Ship Age for fairly obvious reasons. I'll think of this age as a gift to myself that I would wrap up and open someday in the future, only to discover that it has changed so much that it is indeed a surprise. Besides, I've got another new age that awaits me. It seems going to need some way to travel underwater in this new age, so much planning is in order. Let's see. One man, yeah, he had help from the 3 boys too, so between 4 of them, they did it in 2 weeks, which is kind of intense, but yeah, they pulled it off. A new Mountain Dew taste? Oh, I'd love that. Sign me up. And hey, Adrian, welcome in. We are playing Myst indeed. How are you doing today, Adrian? I know you played these. I know I watched you play some of them. Excuse me. It has been 10 years since I left this age, which I have since called the Stone Ship Age. Upon returning, I cannot believe the changes that have taken place. The original 3 boys have grown into adults, and there are many new faces that I do not recognize. Branch told me that it has not rained for 7 years, and the cool breezes are back again. They are all very content and have been serving me with new foods and showing me new materials they have discovered. It even seems they have found gold somewhere. I see it in many forms around the island. My lighthouse has been kept in perfect condition, and it looks as if they have tried their very best to keep it so. Yet I have noticed that the entire rock it was built on has sunk approximately 40 to 50 centimeters. After a wonderful visit with my old friends, I wonder out loud with them what things will be like here in another 10 years. And then he's got a guide to constellations, which is interesting because those look like the symbols that we saw on the boxes around the fountain. And we know a thing to show constellations, so that could be a thing. So let me take some pictures of these. I'm not going to try and doodle them. I'm actually going to snap pictures of these because I think that is probably going to save me some time here. No time, I'm making a visual note. So let's see. We have a picture of that one. We have a picture of both of those. We have a picture of both of these. We have a picture of both of these. And we have a picture of this one. Alright. We've got all those noted down. So we should be good to pull that information up should we need it. Let me go ahead and get that my pictures pulled up in here. Alright, there we go. We're good. Notebook paper or bust? Oh, I have notebook paper, and I've been taking extensive notes. But those I don't want to doodle. That would take forever. But I do have an actual physical notebook and pen that I'm taking most things on. So I got you there, Namira. I got you. And welcome in, Namira. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. A phone camera is super handy for these games. Oh my god, yeah. Doing it back in the day and actually having to try and draw these out was a nightmare. Alright, that's book number 2. 2 down, 2 to go. And as you can see, he mentioned that most of the books were destroyed. So like if we look at this book right here, It's in less than stellar shape, unfortunately. So we'll have to come back to that one. All right, so we're still trying to figure out what to do with the tower rotation, because that's what he said to do next, is to remember the tower rotation. Missed a no walkthrough. Good luck, sir. We've got a walkthrough if we need it, but I'm trying to do it without it. How are you doing, Mikey? Hope you are doing good today. And can I get a shout out for Ice Cream Mikey right there? I would appreciate that. Alright, so the tower rotation is still set there. But that doesn't really tell us much. So glad to see you back on. It is good to see you too, Mikey. It has been a little while. I hope you've been alright. Let's see, Adrian, honestly, I was afraid of this game going in, but I found most of the puzzles make quite logical sense once you get into the game's mindset. I'm hoping I'm going to get into that too, because I remember really struggling with this, but then again, I was a kid last time I played it, so it's hard to say what mindset I was in there. Let's see, Newfie-chan, seeing maybe changing... I'm not sure what you mean there, Newfie-chan. I mean, I'm sure... I figure this is what changes the tower's rotation. The question is, what can we change? What do we need to change it to? We don't know what to change this to is the problem. And until we figure out what to change it to, we're not really getting anywhere. Oh, ceiling! Ceiling maybe changes with the rotation. Looks exactly the same as last time, unfortunately. I don't see any differences. I still see those lines in the picture anyway. I don't know if that's a graphical glitch or not. Let's check that out, though. So we got this one curved cloud right here. Does that change? That noise is horrendous. I'm so sorry. Nope, ceiling does not change. Do we flip the switches outside? Oh, those marker switches? They didn't seem to do anything when I flipped any of them. So we're not sure what to do with that just yet. Alright, let's see if anything has changed now that we moved it. Some of the puzzle noises are amazing. They clearly were kind of going ham with the audio design. But this was a very experimental era for PC games, so I can understand that. So many options for visuals and audio that you wouldn't have had before. I can see why they'd want to really experiment. Alright, has anything changed in here yet? Let us see. Nope. Nothing has changed in here. Nope. Also does make it super obvious when something does something. That I do appreciate too. There's never a question of, oh, that button didn't do anything. No, you will hear a horrendously loud noise when something does something else. That's good. That is good. Right, HyperCard. We were talking about that before, how it was made to HyperCard stack. That is pretty wild. I don't know if you'd be interested, Adrian, but I was showing off my merch as well earlier. I actually have the Myst tabletop role-playing game called Unwritten, which is pretty decent. Pretty decent. And also from the Myst Kickstarter a couple years ago, I have the gigantic-ass Myst book. It's bigger than my head. It's so big. Also, if you open it up, it has the linking picture. It's so pretty. It is so pretty. One of your regulars has it too. It's so goddamn cool. My friend that actually got me into Myst, he actually has the deluxe version that has an LCD screen in there that shows the flyby. I'm kind of jealous of that. Definitely don't want that book thrown at you. That would hurt. That would hurt, Geek Boy. Let's see. How about the three? I have all three tie-in novels. I did not know there was a comic book. But the novels are good. The first one especially. I recommend the first one very highly. I'll have to look into the comic book. I'm interested in that. Lone Grin, welcome in. You have this game and the second one on PS1. Nice. I do not have any of the PS1 versions. That is very interesting. Hasanka, welcome back. How are you doing today? No food yet, but soon. What are you having, Hasanka? What is cooking today? Alright, can I open the door even when the tower is rotated? Possibly? I'm not sure. Japan only Sega Saturn version. That sounds familiar. Which is interesting. Saturn version. That's kind of nuts. Yeah, it's got an LSD screen. Oh, jeez. I mean, it is made of paper. You could do some things probably, but no. All right, so I'm guessing the boxes out here have something to do with the constellations. But we need dates for the constellations, unfortunately. We need dates if we're going to actually get those. Otherwise, we'll never actually find the constellations listed there. And just clicking on the boxes doesn't really do anything, does it? Like, it changes that to green. I don't think anything else tries. Wait, have I tried what? You bring up a good point, but what was it I was supposed to try? I'm curious. Let's see, chicken schnitzel and defrosting some broccoli too. Frozen broccoli usually freezes pretty well. It's pretty good. This it's also your dog's birthday, so she's getting a piece of unseasoned chicken. Oh, awesome! Happy birthday to your dog. How old is she? Have you licked the paper? If not, how do you know it's not LSD? This is true. I mean, I touched the paper, and usually if you got enough sweat on your fingers, you can get some transfer. So I'd assume at some point I would have been tripping balls. And plus, the very first thing I did when I get the book is I touched the linking screen just to see if it was going to link me to Myst Island. It did not, but I did try. Darkseid 2, oh my god. The Darkseid games look so frustrating, they really do. 13, oh wow. Have you had her for long? I'm curious. Alright, so what else can we do here? We know we need to do something with the tower rotation. We need to do something with the tower rotation, but we don't have any clues as to what to do for that. Is there anything we could have missed somewhere? Missed. Let's take a quick look around. See if potentially there's anything we overlooked somewhere. See, we already did some combinations with that. We didn't try 67. I suppose I assumed that's what it was set at originally, but we didn't actually try that. Let's give that a shot. Alright, yeah, 67 was what it was set at originally. Let's see, what if date gives you the order of pressing buttons and the stars you just look for? That would be really hard, because there's got to be thousands of star combinations, because we can change the month, we can change the day, we can change the year, and we can change the time. So between those, what do you call it? Brute forcing would seem to be very difficult. I was asked to try 69. Let's see if this tries it and does anything. Put the kids to bed just to be safe. It does nothing. That was not erotic in the slightest, but we tried. We tried. For whoever it was that asked, we have tried. Let it not be said that I'm not in this for completeness. Alright. So here's where we do the stars. So let's jump in this real quick. Speak for yourself! Oh god. Alright, so we can set the month from January to December. We can set the day from 1 to 31. We can set the year, oh my god. We can set the year from 1 to 20,000. Oh no, sorry, that 1 is the days. We can set it from 1 to 9,999. And we can set the time from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. So there is a lot of combinations in here. You want to see what happens in 9,999? Alright, let's check it out. It's gonna take a while, apparently. There we go. That is what the sky will look like then, if you're curious. I'm thinking guessing is not the way. I'm thinking guessing would only end in tears. There was a sheet of paper on the ground outside. We already checked it out. All it did was it told us how to find Atris's message on the imager. So we've seen that before. Heat death of the universe imminent. I think it would be farther out than that. I think it's supposed to be like a couple trillion years? I'm not 100% sure though. So we're probably going to need some very definite numbers before we start playing around with that. What happens if we go in? Oh, you can kind of see it when the lights are on, but not really. Not really. We just have to try them all. All right, this is what I am. I'm now ditching retro, and I'm going to be a astronomy chair streamer from now on. That is 5,356,800,800 possible options. Oh, is that all? I thought it was more. Emperor, welcome in. How are you doing today? We already went there in Blackwell. We did do that, didn't we? It was pretty intense, too. Go to the restaurant at the end of the universe? That sounds like a nice place to eat. It really does. At Emperor, I have not tried hitting it. I have not tried hitting with a hammer, unfortunately. I'll probably try that next. Go to the year 0 and insult historians? Alright, let's try that too. Let's go back down to the year 0. January 1st, 0 at 12 a.m. I think this is where we started. I'm doing good, Emperor, thank you. We haven't actually solved much in this game, but we're getting a start on it. We are getting a start on it. Alright, so yeah, the piece of paper. Catherine, I've left for you a message of utmost importance in our 4-chamber besides the dock. Enter the number of marker switches on the island into the imager. So we got that. And, you know, we'll go watch that message one more time, see if there was anything else in there. For anybody that missed it the first time. So the code for that is 8. There are 8 marker switches. Let's see. Year 0 is a great song. It is. It is. Drev, I know how to instantly solve all the puzzles. That doesn't technically solve them. Technically. Alright, so this was Atris's message, which was what the paper led us to.
My love, I have to leave quickly. Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine, it's one of our sons. I suspect Achenar, but I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well. Oh, I should have known better than to have left my library unchecked for so long. Well, I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in the places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return. But if you've forgotten the access keys, remember the tower rotation. Oh, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, wait, and erase this message after you viewed it, just to be safe.
So the exact line there is, in case you've forgotten the access key, remember the tower rotation. So tower rotation is what it says when we use that picture. The thing would be dope for tabletop gaming. Last time I went to Gen Con, they actually had a bunch of tables with screens built in them specifically for tabletop role-playing games. They were insanely expensive, and I had questions about durability as well, and usability too, but I gotta admit, they were tempting to look at. They really were, Adrian. Oh my god. I instantly deal with puzzles, Emperor. That makes a little bit more sense. Alright, so the tower rotation is something we have to do. Alright, let's do an experiment real quick. What happens if I put this marker switch up? Does that change anything in the library? Does it? Let's find out. Oh! Yes, it does. It makes a big thing right there. Let's go turn the rest of the marker switches on. Let's turn all the marker switches on that we can. We can't reach that one yet. Let's see if that adds them all to the map. That could be cool. I don't know how useful that's going to be, but we'll give it a shot. Alright, and there's one by the dock, too. Alright, now let's head back to the library and see what's changed. Alright. So we can see all the locations that we turned on marker switches on. Which is interesting, but what does that do for us is the question. It's Adrian, one of the people I work with, built one out of his last TV. Oh, it's cool as hell. You think the rotation's in one of the books. We could go back to another book then. That could be a thing. In card game tournaments or something like that, I wouldn't be surprised. That would make a lot of sense for that. Sega made a couple of holographic... I know I've seen like bar top arcade games, I think they're called. I played like Pac-Man in a flat top format. That's about all I can think of right there. Alright, so we can see all the things on the map now, but we still don't know what we're supposed to turn this rotation to, is the problem. Alright, so we got the dock right there, we've got the big gear, we've got the observatory, we've got the fountain with all the... boxes. We've got the door to the underground. We've got the shack, and I'm not sure what that is. That one I'm not sure about. Because I've got, let's see. I don't know, we turned on, we didn't do the clock. See, the gear, the observatory, the dock. The spaceship. Is that the spaceship? That shouldn't be the spaceship. Spaceship should be over here, I think. I don't know, it's weird. Oh, Time Traveler! The arcade by my house, Nintendo, actually has Time Traveler, and I've played it. It's terrible. It's terrible, and I dislike it intensely, but it is kind of cool. It does look like little holograms, so I'll give them that. That part is really neat. Oh, they actually did a fully augmented reality Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament? Oh, that's cool as hell. Yeah, there was one by the rocket, but I thought the rocket was up here. Oh, did we not turn on the rocket? I bet we didn't. I bet we forgot to turn on the rocket. Let's go turn that on now. There we go. That does sound awesome. I would be totally down for that. Alright, so that got the rocket added there. So that's everything we've seen except the clock tower, which we can't get to just yet, so we'll have to leave that there. Let's see. Somebody who had a guess. Newfie Cheney said, or rotate to the center of the observatory. We could try that too. Wait, the line was red there. So the line turns red if we line it up with landmarks? So if I line it up with certain red landmarks, it turns red now. Let's see if that does anything. That seems significant. That seems very significant. One of the local news stations did a piece on it for some reason. I mean, they always need fluff pieces. And tiny little holograms is kind of a cool fluff piece. I can see that. Oh my god, Nintendo. We have, in Chicago, possibly the largest arcade on the planet. If you're curious about arcades, I would look up the one here. It's called the Galloping Ghost. Their website actually has a listing of all of the functioning arcade cabinets they have. It's around 600 last I heard. So they have just an absolute shitload of machines. Oh, hello. Oh! Oh! So this is it's a hole. It's a hole and we can see to the spaceship now. And it looks like there's something on the other side too. 59 volts? Oh, for the spaceship! That's what we have to get to. That's our target for the spaceship then. Alright. Let's make a note of that. Spaceship equals 59 volts. Cool. Easy, easy. We have one called Arcade Club in the UK in the Midlands with 5 floors and 1,000 or more machines, but it's miles away. That's fair. That sounds cool though. It does. All right, cool. So we got a clue for the rocket ship there. That's good. So let's try the other combinations. Let's try the other combinations where it turned red and see what kind of clues we can get from those as well. And then after that, we'll probably read another book. See if we can get any wisdom from there. Let's see. Adrian, Arcade Club is freaking fantastic. Can confirm, biggest arcade in Europe, 2 entire warehouse floors of classic and modern arcade games and cheap beer. That does sound like a good time. If I'm ever out that way, I would love to check that out. Sounds like a hoot. Alright, so that's the spaceship. Alright, and this is the gear then. So let's see if it has anything to give us here. We'll see what that is. But yeah, once the pandemic is over, I want to go back to Galloping Ghost. I have been many times. Galloping Ghost not only has pretty much all retro arcade cabinets, they actually have a couple cabinets that are extremely rare, if not unique. For one thing, at Galloping Ghost, they have a arcade cabinet of Primal Rage 2, which, if you might know, they never actually released Primal Rage 2, so it's technically a beta cabinet. But the actual director of Primal Rage has said he believes there was only 2 of these ever produced, and he has one of them in his basement. So that's pretty goddamn rare. They have a copy of the Silent Hill arcade machine, which they said they believe may be the only copy of the Silent Hill arcade machine in the United States, because technically it was never legal to import it. I won't tell if you won't. And they also have a really cool FMV game by the creator of Rampage, which is the only copy of that cabinet to exist, because what happened is, the story behind it apparently, is back in the day, the creator of Rampage filmed an entire FMV game, and then the project got canceled. So, the creator actually came to the Galloping Ghost to do a signing, and they were talking to him, and he's like, yeah, I was working on an FMV game, and I got all the filming done, but then they canceled the project. And they're like, oh my god, what happened to all the footage? He's like, oh, it's still in my basement. They're like, can we buy the rights to make this game? Because if you've got all the footage, then you presumably have the notes on how to stitch it together. We can just make the game. Like, alright, sure. So they actually finished his footage and made a game out of it. It's a hoot. I have played it. It is a joy to play. I forget what it's called. I cannot remember. But it was a lot of fun. Alright, there's another plaque over there. So let's see what that is. Alright, so this is for the gear? Alright, so our clue for the gear is 240 and then 2,2,1. Alright, so these must be the access keys that Atris was talking about. We need to keep... I mean, it's got a key right there, so that seems pretty obvious. So we just need to check out each of the monuments and get the keys, and hopefully that'll get us into the actual books that we need. That is really awesome, Kung Fu Zombie Killer. Also, the implication there was the Galloping Ghost actually does a lot of celebrity visits. They actually get a bunch of celebrities in to hang out and do signings. Probably the most prominent celebrity that they got in there is they got all of the mocap cast of the original Mortal Kombat in there, or at least a good chunk of them. several of the original mocap actors to do signings. Most of them were still in great shape too, which is pretty awesome. And they also got Dan Forden in there for a signing, which you might be saying, who's Dan Forden? Do you remember playing Mortal Kombat 2? Do you remember that guy that popped up on screen and went, Toasty? That's Dan Forden. They got him in there, which is awesome. Adrian, that's why collecting in Europe is balls. Anyone living near California or Texas? Yeah. I'm so sorry about that, Adrian. That is pretty rough. I believe he was the sound director. I know they said the reason that Toasty was in the game was because when they were beta testing the game internally, like they'd play among the staff, and Dan Forden would just do that. Dan Forden would just yell Toasty when he was playing Mortal Kombat 2. And eventually they're like, you know what? Dan, we're putting you in the game. Dan, we're putting you in the game because everyone needs to hear you yell Toasty while they're playing Mortal Kombat 2. And they did. And it was wonderful. Alright, what do we got next? Alright, so this is either the dock or the observatory. I'm not sure. We'll see what we get out of this. Let's see. Earliest iteration of Crispy as in Crispy Links. Nice. That is an adorable story, Emperor. I can just imagine them sitting on a couch, just playing it, and Dan Forden just saying, Toasty! And them going, yes, Toasty. Oh my goodness. Alright. So what do we got now? Alright, so this is the ship. This is the ship is what we're seeing right here. So what is the key for the ship, as it were? Dates! We've got dates now. Alright. So that is probably going to be for the observatory. So ship. So date 1 is October 11th, 1984. October 11, 1984 at 10:04 a.m. 10:04 a.m. That man popped out from beside MK cabinet. That would be hilarious. He must have actually done that. I bet, just for old time's sake, they probably had people playing Mortal Kombat in there with Dan Forden hanging around going, Toasty, in real time. It must have been amazing. All right, January 17th. January 17th. And what is that? 1207? It's hard to see what that number is. I think that's 1207. And that's 5:46 a.m., I think. 5:46 a.m. And then the last one is November 23rd. November 23rd. 9791. At 6:57 p.m. Alright, cool. That's another clue there. Let's see. Highly recommended it, or had a 200 win streak on Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Holy shit! That is a hell of an accomplishment there, Adrian. Well played. Well played. I was never much of a fighting game guy. I was never very good at them. The only fighting games I've ever really enjoyed are Power Stone. I like Power Stone. Smash Brothers I enjoy. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 I was obsessed with for a while. I really enjoyed that. Cosplay Diver, welcome in. How are you doing today, Diver? Pleasure to see you as always. It's been good seeing you on the stream, Diver. It has been really nice. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. Took most of the afternoon. Understandable. Understandable. Alright, what do we got next? Alright, I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what that's pointing at right now. But if it turns red, that probably means it's an important clue, so let's get back there. It's a lot of walking back and forth. I'm sorry if this is visually uninteresting, chat. We're working our way through it, though. Adrian, you were a fan of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 as well? It was such a good game. There were some real bullshit characters in that, most definitely. You know, I don't think I've ever played Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. I have heard that one is a good time, though. It's a big old tree? Or is this the observatory? I'm not sure. Nope. Just sort of put, I'm not sure. Let's see. Tree? Question mark? Observatory? Question mark? I'm not sure. Let's see what our clue is. Shane, if anyone thinks that Myst is going to be constant linear progression forward, it's important that they learn the reality. Oh, that is the truth. Gotta learn sometime, Rin. Gotta learn sometime. Rin, I don't remember. Have you beaten this game before? I'm curious. I don't remember what your experience with it is. Alright, our key for this one is 724. 724. Alright, cool. We got that one. You did not. Alright, interesting. See, Adrian, I adore that game even now. The competitive version boils down to only about 8 or so viable characters, but it's one of the deepest, fastest, most creative fighting games. There is just so many cool ideas in there. And like, I'm not even a fighting game guy, but as a comic book and video game nerd, it still has so much to offer. It's just a joy seeing all these characters. They have so much personality to them. The art is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Some of my favorite sprite art in any video game. Let's see, Vin, you did, however, learn how to repair drywall. Oh, God. For a second, I wasn't sure what you meant there, Rin, and then I'm like, oh, frustration. Gotcha. They introduced an older anime that they are rare. Yeah, I know that feeling. Kung Fu Zombie. I know that, unfortunately, well. Oh, that's how you got into X-Men, too. Very cool. Alright, what do we got next? I think that's got to be that big tree. I think so. Alright, I think that's everything. Alright, that's the gear. And that's the ship. That's the tree. Alright, nothing else turns red there. Alright, I think we got everything. I think we got everything we're going to get out of that. Cool. So, we've got clues to 4 different ages. Question is where to start, and I think the place to start is going to be the spaceship. Because that clue seemed pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and get started there. Oh my God, Rin, that was brutal. I'm so sorry, Rin. Well, in that case, we're doing this for vengeance. We're doing this to avenge your knuckle. It's got to be done. It absolutely has to be done. We'll beat it, and then you can, at last, put that horror to rest. Avenging... That sounds like an anime. I would watch an anime called Avenging Knuckle. Or a Mega Drive game. Oh my God, it does. Alright, so if I turn everything off, does that reset this? No, it doesn't. So the second dial still isn't moving. Well, if nothing else, we can map out what the buttons do, because it looks like they're consistent, right? There. All right, so for the buttons, we've got a 10. We've got a 7. We've got an 8. We've got 16. We've got 5. We've got a 1. We've got a 2. We've got a 22. We've got a 19. And we've got a 9. It's an eclectic group of numbers. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Noofy-chan. We did see that, like a circuit breaker type thing. So let's see if we can throw that to reset it. Hopefully that's all it is. That's a nice simple method. No, that doesn't want to stay down, so I'm not sure about that. Yeah, we saw the piece of paper briefly. I don't think that was anything relevant to what we're doing right now, but now that we have some clues, we should look at it again. Give it a second chance. So let's take a quick look. Alright, so the piece of paper says the first one is the power, the second one is the power to the spaceship, and for some reason they number the generator switches, even though that's not remotely what the numbers are. So it's still not reset. That's just a breaker on. Maybe we should leave it on. Can we leave it on, possibly? Possibly. Alright, let's see if we can figure out how to get 59 out of this. That's what we need to get. We need to get 59 out of these numbers, and that's not going to be easy. This is going to take some math. This is going to take some math right here. Let me throw the numbers in chat real quick in case anybody... Or I can't. I forgot I can't tab out of this game. Well, if somebody wants to take a note for chat real quick, if anybody else wants to try and work with the math with me on the math, the numbers are 10, 7, 8, 16, 5, 1, 2, 22, 19, and 9. Rin, you got it. I appreciate that. All right, so that should be 10 digits right there. Rin, I appreciate that. So I need to figure out what combination of that adds up to 59. So I'm going to start working on this right now, but it's not going to be very much to look at. So if you folks want to help me with this too, let's see if we can do this together. This is... I don't have a good way to do this and actually show you what I'm working on as I do this. We tried turning on all the buttons originally, Spinach, and it seemed to have blew some sort of fuse? Because now that it's not sending power to the spaceship. Blue Lion, you got it! Wow, that was quick. What combination you got, Blue Lion? What combination you got? As soon as anybody gets it here, feel free to throw it out there. Oh, Rin, that's smart. Rin, you worked backwards. That is fucking clever. Alright, so let's try Rin's first, because she was the first one to throw it in chat. I don't know if it's the same as everybody else's. But Rin has 19. And then 22. And then 10. And then 8. Alright, so that's 59, so can we go through the breaker now is the question. Will it stay on while we throw the breaker? That's the question. Nope, breaker's not staying down. So somehow we appear to have broken the spaceship. The spaceship's not getting any power. Saturn, welcome in. We did good in the game tomorrow. We didn't beat Gregory Horror yet. We're going to try and do that tomorrow, but we did good yesterday. Let's see. Heck, all you people actually working on this instead of making Shane suffer. I mean, if I was to work on it myself, all you'd see is like 15 minutes of me sitting scratching on paper. So I don't think that would be very interesting to watch is the problem. I think that would in fact be incredibly tedious to watch. What if I try 59 on the well? I could try 59 on the imager. That's true. Let's try that real quick. That'll only take a moment. But we need to figure out some way to reset the spaceship. I feel like I might be missing something in that respect. I'm not sure. We'll see what we can see. Alright, so... go to the imager, set it to 59. And... nothing, unfortunately. Good thought, though. Good thought. Great excuse to get a top-down webcam and some scented candles, you know? Nano, you're not wrong. That does sound cozy as fuck. I do like that idea. Alright, so let's take a closer look as we go down here. And see if there is anything we might have missed. Any sort of controls or switches somewhere? I don't think I saw anything on the way down here. There's the button on the wall. That just opens the door. Oh, you think maybe the marker switch on the spaceship will reset the spaceship? That's true, we could try that. Sorry about that, I had to sneeze real quick. So we can leave it running, that is the thing. We absolutely can leave it running, that's a good thing. Doesn't appear to be anything else in here. So, does the marker switch do anything? Let's see. That change anything down here? Is it a spaceship? If so, all we have to do is reverse the polarity of the tachyon beams. It doesn't appear to have done anything. Thank you, Saturn. I appreciate that. So how do we reset the damn spaceship? How do we fix what we have broken here? We appear to have blown some sort of breaker, and that means that no power is getting from the generators to the ship. Oh, here we go. Is this something? Oh, here we go. There's another ladder right here. So there's another breaker right here. That one doesn't seem to want to do anything either. Are there other breakers we can get to, or is it just these two? Or the game is impossible now? I would really like to not consider that possibility. But I suppose that is always a possibility. Are there other breakers we can get to? Nothing there. No, I don't think we can do it back there. That just leads back up to here. Nope. There's nothing else at the ship itself, right? I can see where it connects to the ship, but I can't look at that. Or we did it? Or it didn't open before, that's a thing. Oh, God. Alright, big ass piano. And that. Alright, this one I'm pretty sure we need to read a book for, because I saw this when I was testing the game out. So let's head back to the library and let's read another book before we progress too far. I don't remember which book it was in, but we'll take a look. Play Freebird! No! What, was this game made by Sierra? No, thankfully. No. Like always with tech, you flick flip things a couple times and it works now for some reason. Rin, I would have appreciated the information, but I think I just got it. I think I made progress. Alright, book number 3. It has been a while since I have heard only silence, and I enjoy it greatly, I think. For some reason, I do not feel altogether welcome in this new world in which I have arrived. But how could I be unwelcome in an age with no inhabitants? It is, of course, only in my head. This world is very beautiful, but I think I have yet to ever write in this journal that an age I have linked to is horrid or disgusting. From the grassy hill where I am standing, I can see green fields below, along with a few scattered forests. A rather large lake looms some distance from where I am standing, yet the water's blue can be seen plainly from here. The air is fresh and the sky is sparkled with white clouds. It is absolutely breathtaking, and yet that strange feeling again. Perhaps it is the hot breeze that continues to blow from the north. Hotter than I would have imagined. It almost singes my skin, and I feel quite uncomfortable when it comes. I will try to ignore it. Night has almost arrived, and the sunset is spectacular. Oranges and reds have settled from the western horizon. Though night has come, the horizon still glows red long past the sunset. Dark reds flow from the horizon and blend into the black sky. Again the feeling, and I am beginning to believe it is not all in my mind. I must sleep now. I will need my strength to explore more tomorrow. I have had to return home due to an unpredictable natural occurrence more frightening than I have ever experienced. I was awakened by a terrible shaking in the ground and explosions on all sides of me. Gigantic balls of fire were falling from the sky, and I immediately left in fear of my life. I must remember to bring a Myst linking book with me when I return, in case the one left there has been destroyed or damaged. Yep, I'm past it now. Excellent. Alright, hold on just a moment, folks. I need to blow my nose real quick. I'll be back in just a second. Alright, we are back. Let's head to the next page. I've returned to a different world than the one I left only 3 months ago. It has been transformed into a barren desert land, with only gigantic craters scattered across the land to provide variety. Strangely enough, the small grassy hill where I spent my first night remains exactly the way I found it. Apparently the falling meteors did not hit this area, leaving an oasis in the midst of this horrible desolation. The hot wind, I remember, has turned into a rather pleasant breeze, which is at least one improvement. I fear it is the only improvement. The magnificent lake I saw on my first visit is now completely dried up. However, another lake now exists and appears to be quite a bit larger. I assume one of the falling meteors created this lake due to its circular shape and the jutting rock that grows out of the center of the lake. The rest of this world seems like desert, although I will verify that statement with further inspection. Though this world has little visual excitement to offer, it offers much to the ears. Sounds constantly flow through my ears, and I have found where a few of them originate. It seems, as Catherine says, I do find beauty in everything. Last night I was awaked by a horrible hissing. I was sweating, and the heat was so intense that I immediately dipped my head in a nearby stream to cool it down. The hot breezes had returned, along with a low roar from the ground. I walked a short distance to observe some red flames shooting up from the earth. Suddenly the ground began to crack and a huge chasm opened. The chasm continued to grow until it was far too wide to cross. Then the tumult subsided, leaving only a dull roar. I have decided, however, I can use the chasm to my advantage. Perhaps the heat from the chasm can be harnessed. Even as the chasm is ripped into the surface of this world, it has opened up a whole new world to explore. Although uncomfortably hot, I found it possible to reach a cave in the chasm that has been created, and I have now explored deep into the crust of this planet. I have found a vast underground cave system that will take many years to map and explore. I will also look for a safer way to reach the underground than through the chasm wall. This age seems to change on its own, so I feel I should leave again and see if things are different when I return. It is also important that I check on Cirrus and Akinar and make sure everything is going well. When I return, I also hope to bring back some tools I will need for my plans to explore the underground. The abundance of raw materials here is beginning to amaze me. I have returned with some of the complex tools I knew I would be needing. I assumed I would have to return for more basic materials. However, it seems as though I will be able to find everything I need here. Of course, iron is abundant, but I've also found titanium occurring naturally. I am all the more excited to begin work. Everything is set and I look forward to tomorrow. My raw materials are all here. I think I'll be able to have most of the additions to this age completed within 1 year. I so love working with my hands, whether writing or building. Now, as you can see, some of the text is faded here. Well, and I have decided, you got a little diagram right there. 3 meters is not enough support for something, and you get a satellite dish. Amazingly strong, and there's a picture of the spaceship. To be one of my most prized inventions, I am extremely gone, and have never imagined it to come together. I doubt could possibly work with 14 instead of completely fatigued. I am so happy to have completed. And tomorrow. I am leaving today in order to bring back Sirius and Achenar. I have left them alone in Channelwood. I believe they will enjoy all there is to see here. The age seems to have stabilized. I believe the meteors have set off a period of volcanic activity by piercing into the shallow crust, but the tremors have become few. I've just noticed that a large amount of this journal has curiously vanished from the very pages on which I write over the last 18 months. Excuse me. Fortunately, I have copied most of the construction notes in another journal. I do not understand the many mysteries of this world, but I trust I will discover logical answers to my questions. Excuse me. I have a feeling that many of my questions can be answered in another age, to which I hope to travel soon. But for now, I must simply accept this world's mysteries and take pride in my accomplishments. And there is what I saw when I was testing the game, which is a piano diagram, which I assume is going to be what I need next. So let's take a shot of that. And then let us head back to the spaceship and see if that is the solution we need. And we've still got 1 book in here, but we will come back to that later. So it's not just me reading the whole stream. Alright, we do need to go back to the spaceship, right. Let's head into the spaceship. Alright, here's the piano. So let's see. What do the directions say for this? Here, let me lock rotation on here so I can turn my phone. Alright. So this is Q1. Alright. This is key 2. This is key 3. This is key 4. And this is key 5. And nothing happened. Cool. Do I have to hold them down? Is that what I gotta do? Let's back out. Maybe I have to hold them down. Maybe? Possibly? That has done nothing. Alright, what do we do here? What are we doing here? Oh no! Oh no, it's an audio puzzle. God damn it, god damn it, god damn it. Oh, oh, I need a drink. I need a drink. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I can do audio puzzles. Sure. Sure, I can do audio puzzles. Why not? Who says I can't do audio puzzles? Who says I can't do audio puzzles? It wasn't me. Certainly. Oh, God, Emperor, I'm a little worried. All right. All right. We're going to give this a try. Give this a try. Oh, God. Only so many combinations. Oh, no. Don't even joke. Alright, so Emperor, thank you so much for the gift sub to Adrian. I appreciate it. Gift sub number 441. Emperor rocking that spaceship of generosity. As always, bribe to disrupt puzzling. You did throw me off there, I'll admit it. And Adrian, you enjoy my ridiculous emotes. Alright, I think that's it. Alright, I think I got the first one. Cool, cool. Let's get the second one. Is that it? Maybe? Possibly? That is not it. Adrian, as somebody who's tone deaf, this puzzle ruined me. I've never really had any musical training. There it is. There it is. There's the bastard. All right. We got two of them. Let's get number 3. Where's number 3? I think that's it. Alright, I'm feeling good about that one. And Emperor, thank you for dropping some more channel points towards the channel goal. And Adrian, thank you for dropping some channel points towards our community goal. I appreciate that. Alright, where's number 4? Let's try number 4. For a second, I thought I was just going to have to play this piano and it would be nice and easy. But no. Argent Coyote, thank you for throwing in some channel points as well. I appreciate that. I have no idea where this one is. I'm strolling with this one for some reason. There it is. All right, we got that one. And the last one is here. Oh, this one's going to be hard. This one's going to be really hard. G Pudding, thank you for dropping some channel points. Fatalis, thank you for dropping some channel points. Alright, this one's going to be tricky. That's it. Alright. I'm going to pull the lever. And we're going to see if my answer is correct. Pull the lever, Kronk! Well, that definitely did a thing. What is happening? Whoa, oh god, are we in flight? Are we flying right now? What is happening? Whoa! Please don't crash land. Is this just looping? What is happening now? I think it's just looping. What even am I watching right now? Wait, this isn't Myst. Did it work? Did we already travel? I think so. It worked. We traveled to a new age. Allie Lordswood, thank you for dropping some channel points as well. All right, I need to save. We need to save. Let's save our game right here. We'll go and save one, and we'll call this Spaceship Age. Cool. Whew. All right, we're somewhere else. We have reached our first age beyond Myst. That means I gotta start a new page in my book. Because we've got lots more new bullshit to find now. Alright, where did my pen go? Oh. Tossed my pen when I was flipping out about music puzzles. New bullshit! We are somewhere else. Technically, we're sometime else? I don't know about that. I don't think that's how ages work, but there is a lot of mystery as to how linking books actually do work. What is this now? Oh good, I was just thinking, gosh, I hope there's more audio puzzles. Gosh, I hope there's more audio puzzles. Door's not unlocked by default, had to check. Alright! So I got another audio puzzle. I don't even know where to start with that one yet, so we'll keep moving on for right now. Head over here. We have a broken clock. Okay, I see a satellite dish up there. I don't see anything I can interact with. We pressed the button. I don't see anything happen. I don't see anything changing up there either. It looks like a clock hands, right? It looks like clock hands, which is strange. Okay, now we get some weird wind instrument stuff going on. Hang on, there's a note here. Oh, it's a red page. We got a red page. Can we take it back to Myst? It's just a red page just laying there. That was easy. There's another button there. Now, where the hell does the spaceship go is the question. Where is the spaceship? I think I'm lost. Yes, I believe I am lost. I lost my spaceship. That's like the worst thing to lose. That's like the thing you must not lose. Wait, here's the audio puzzle. There's the spaceship. Why is the door not opening? Oh god, we can't go back the way we came. Shit. Shit. We can't go back the way we came because books are one way in Myst. Right. Right. Books are one way. Gotcha. This is our home now until we can find another Linky book. Ideally, what we need to do is we need to find another book that links back to Myst Island here. So that is going to have to be our goal for right now. Alright. Red card, you're out, oh jeez. We live here now. We're stuck here forever. Oh god. This isn't what I wanted. Alright, that shows the fissure right there. So all of the buttons seem to be to landmarks on the island. But I'm not sure what they do yet. Alright, so our first priority is we need to find a Myst book. We need to find a Myst book. And Hare, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome in. Can they find a way to go home? Tune in next episode to find out. Ooh, pretty. The buttons don't... Oh, here we go. We got a blue page. Can I pick up a red page and a blue page at the same time? I don't actually know if I can pick up multiple pages in here. I'm not sure how... I don't remember how the inventory works in Myst. Does anybody happen to know? Off the top of their heads? You apparently only have one hand. I don't believe you can. Alright, we're going to have to leave that there, unfortunately. Only one at a time. Damn it! Well, at least that one's not hard to find or anything. That's a good thing. Alright. Alright, just gotta hold on to the page the entire time. We don't appear to have any inventory beyond that. Kinda weird. That's where we're at. Hey, Lost, welcome in. So you escaped Catherine's coils then? But Catherine's so nice. I like Catherine. We haven't actually met Catherine, but she's nice. So that just leads back the way I came. Island layout is a little bit confusing, I will confess. Alright, this is the fissure. Do I just want to turn on all the switches? I haven't seen anything else to do here except switches. I'm not sure. Check the outside of the island over here. What does this lead to? Hello. The syringe, Catherine? Oh god. Oh, no, we're still playing Gregory Horror. But this is Charity Redemption Saturday, so we're just stepping away from it. But tomorrow, Lost. Tomorrow, more Gregory Horror. We might be able to beat it tomorrow, I'm not sure. We've got 1 or 2 more streams left. Oh, those are the sounds of the buttons, aren't they? No, because one of the sounds was a train engine, too. I suppose that could be a red herring. Oh, we can go down here. It's very dark, though. There we go. Where does this lead to? Hello. $61.3. Alright, there is some sort of puzzle going on here. And I don't even know where to start. That one's just 0. What? Oh, is that position? That's position, alright. Lost, thank you so much for the gift sub to Gamma Gumo. That's awesome of you, Lost. Gift sub number 13, I appreciate that. Let's turn this off. Turn this off. It is so loud. There we go. Lost, thank you so much for that gift sub. Gift sub number 13. I appreciate all of that support. It means a lot and it really helps. And Gamagumo, you enjoy that gift sub right there. So we can move the camera on these. But to what end? Are we supposed to be looking at the buttons? Is that what we're doing? No. Maybe? I don't think so. There's the satellite. I don't know, maybe that's what we're supposed to do, is just look at each of the locations? Possibly? I don't recognize most of them on here, unfortunately. Well, let's go take a look, I suppose. See if we can start narrowing this down a little bit. Now that we know this is here, that'll be handy. Oh, only 18,000 combinations this time. Much better odds. That makes me feel so much better. So if we need to brute force it, it'll only take a few months of my life, not my entire life. Try turning on these buttons too. See if that does anything. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I'm not sure. But we'll try. So the pillars, I like this location with the pillars. So let's see, can we get a good view of that somewhere? Okay, that's way out there. And there's the broken clock. Go ahead and turn that on. And then over here, we got the fissure. We'll turn that on. Oh! Yeah, it's a little spooky. So that's the one with the satellite dish, right? We went the wrong way. Hello. Yeah, the fissure is the one with the satellite dish, so we got that at least. Never tell me the odds. Toasty! Speaking of. Alright, let's check out this. Was that the sounds that we're hearing there? That's one of them. That's one of them. That's one of them. Alright, so maybe the order they're listed on that weird station is the order we have to put the sounds in? That could be it. So next time we go back to that button, we'll see if we can write down the order the stations are listed in. That could very well be a thing. Interesting. I don't quite know what to make of that. Actually, as a matter of fact, let's head straight over there. Let's head straight over there and see if we can find out. I think that might be something. Alright, so here we go. So the order listed is... Let's see. Right there. Let's start a new note. Spaceship. So the order is... Water... Fissure... Clock... Call it pillar... and wind. Alright. Water, fissure, clock, pillar, wind. But maybe that's all we need to do for the sound puzzle. I'm not sure. That almost seems too easy for Myst. But we can give that a shot. We can give that a shot pretty easily. So let's see what we got here. See if I can find that door again. Not that way. There we go. Alright, so water first. so there's that. And then the fissure. That's the fissure. And then the clock. There's the clock. And then the pillars. And then lastly, the wind. Should be that one, I think. That was not it, apparently. Think you missed something, Hisanka? Congratulations on being the very first person to pull out that joke. Somebody had to be the first. Somebody had to be the first, and it was you. Alright, so I was thinking that might have been the solution. That is not. Well, we gotta keep working. Although we gotta turn on some more power still. I don't think we got all of them turned on. So that one's on. We got this one on. That one's on. Shane's getting misty-eyed. Oh god, I might be soon. I may very well be soon. We got this one turned on. We didn't get the water one turned on. Gotta find our way back to the water one. I don't remember how to get to that because this island's layout is confusing to me and my tiny little brain. So not there. It was back this way, maybe? This is the fissure. We did turn that on. So that's good. This way? Yeah, this way was to the water. Alright, cool. Alright, they're all turned on now. Very mysterious game. It really is. I think that's all there is to see in this area, too. Doesn't seem to be too much to see aside from the obvious puzzles here. Alright, so now we need to get back across the bridge and see if anything has changed, I guess? Perhaps? Maybe? Let's see. I don't see anything different on here so far. We can actually hear audio from this one. So I think if I have it right, I'll hear audio, right? Maybe? Alright, so here's some audio there. And then for the fissure, where is that? This one should be pretty obvious, I think. This one should be easy to spot. There's the clock. There's the fissure. Alright. Let's see. Should we be calling Shane Mr. Is Games? Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that is a sum icon down there, so that's interesting. Okay, then we got the pillars. This should be... I don't know if we can see the pillars clearly, but I know the audio will be easy to hear once we get there. There's the pillars. Now I just need the wind. Where is that is the question. I don't know where that is on here. Over there? No. Up there? There's the pillars. There's the broken clock. There's the fissure. The water is right over there too. There's the wind. Doesn't seem to have done anything. Do I have to... Here we go. I need to get an exact number for all of these, it looks like. Because if I... Let's check this out. Yep, it's guiding me towards a specific number. Alright, there we go. So let's do 153.4. 153.4. And then 130.3. And then... Come on. 055.6. And then... Where's this one? Up. Perfect. 015.0. And lastly... Lastly is 212.2. Alright, so what happens if we hit the sum button now? Nothing! Excellent. Good, good. I was hoping for that. That's excellent. Good. Cool. Alright. So, we got some cool numbers. Something did happen. Okay. I don't see anything happening. I just missed it. Alright. Can I do it again then? Spinach, you're heading to bed. Alright, Spinach, thanks for hanging around with us. I hope you had a wonderful time, and we will see you around. I didn't see anything on there. I guess we can go back and check and see if anything's changed? Perhaps? If there was something on screen that I didn't see, Rin, feel free to tell me. Something did happen, but I missed it. If there was something on screen that I should have seen but I missed, feel free to let me know. Was it something like immediately there? Do I need to be back there? Should have heard it. Should have heard it. See, I'm not paying enough attention to the audio here. It changed the order of the audio, didn't it? It changed the order of the audio. All right, that's our clue. That is our clue. All right, so pillars, then water. All right, pillars, water, wind, fissure, clock. Got it. You know, this whole thing has been about audio. You'd think I would have been listening more closely. But then again, completely ignoring the obvious is very much on brand for this channel. Rin, thank you for your eternal patience. Alright, so now we gotta head back to the audio door. We head back to the audio door now, and we see if that is the key we need to enter it. The numbers also went in order, but I like making use of the audio. Thank you for that. Alright, so first one should be pillars now. Second one should be water. There we go. Third is clock, which is already on. No, third is wind. Third is wind. Fourth is the fissure. Right there. And fifth is the clock. Alright, let's try this now. Oh, hallelujah! Oh, alright. Alright. Another audio puzzle down. First, I get to torture Shane today with obtuse clues and tune spiffy. Alright. So what did this get us? What's inside here? What is this? Is this a submarine? It's a submarine. Celebrate while you can. Oh, God. Alright. Alright, it's got two buttons, forward and backtrack. Neither of which does anything. Cool. Oh, there's four buttons. Hello? Okay. And it says N on one side. Oh, it must be north. Alright. Oh god, it's a maze, isn't it? Fuck. I don't want this. Let me catch up on chat a little bit. It is, oh, it is yellow. It literally is the yellow submarine. I didn't even catch that. Oh my god, alright. Alright. And blue light. Hello, Mr. Bond. Welcome to my underground lair. It kind of was a lair, isn't it? Kind of felt like one. Alright. So it might be a maze. Possibly. Peggy, I'm so glad I didn't buy this game back in the day. I would have been so frustrated. That was the saddest. Let me catch up on chat a little bit. Like it was the last gasp of a drowning man. That was, let me ignore this puzzle for just a moment before it kills me. Let me pretend for a moment this isn't what I have to do next. Welcome to my new forever home. Somehow I don't think you're kidding. That's a dead end. So that's what the red light means. All right. Wow. We have a lot of dead ends here. That's back the way I came. We can go west. I'm gonna write these directions down too. So north, then west. Journey to the west? We already did that one. That's back the way we came. Here we go. And then north again? Sure. Why not? Drowning in the sounds of Myst. There's been so much audio. So much audio. Hope you brought enough notebook paper. I hope I do too. I really hope I do. Wait. Can we just head north again? I think we can just head north again. See where that gets us. Whoa, we got a curve! We got curves, that's new! And more dead ends. Riven on 5 CDs, Riven had some mean puzzles, man. Riven had some extremely mean puzzles. That's back the way we came. Ah, it's a dead end. It's a dead end. I love that the reason the viewport is so small is the same disk space on the animation. That is really cute too. Like, I don't actually remember much about Riven clearly since I was just a little kid last time I played it, but I remember the fire marble puzzle was not something I enjoyed. Alright, so north is not the way to go here. Let's cross that out. Not north. So where else can we go here? Let's see what other directions we got. There we go, let's try east. Northwest, north, east. Do not speak of the fire marbles! Oh god. Would you like information? Not yet. Not yet. I think I might be making progress. Let me ask you this, Rin. Is it possible for me to be going in a circle? If there's any possibility I'm going around in a circle, let me know. You trolled north a lot, but puzzle goes south. Oh, it's going very south, let me tell you. Would you say you lost your marbles on that puzzle? Oh god. It is possible to go in a circle. Fuck. Alright. North, west, north, east. I should be mapping this differently. Probably. So let's see. Let's go. We'll call that the start. We go north. Then we go west. Then from here we tried north. That's a dead end. No, we did go north, sorry. Then we went north. And then from there we could go north, and that was a dead end. Let's try east then. Let us try east. I've run out of popcorn yet. Alright. Let's try going east. Let's try this. Circles are pointless. They're terrible shapes. I hate them. I hate them so. 6 pounds of popcorn. Oh my god. I think you'll run out of ways to heat things before you run out of fuel. All right, so we went east, and it looks like we can go east again. What other directions do we have access to here? We can't go south. We can go west, but that's the way we came from. We can go north. So that's an option. Let's go east again. Let's go east again and see where that takes us. I just have to show the kernels the outside with a little bit of oil. Like sun tanning in the 80s! Oh god. That is a horrifying thought. Wait, what was that? Why did it make a little ding? You guys heard that, right? Why did it make a little ding? They made a little ding. I don't understand, but it definitely made a little ding. Alright, so we can go south from here. Why indeed? Oh no. We can go west, but that's back the way we came. We can go northeast? That's new. Alright. Well, let's try south first, I think. But it definitely made a ding. I did hear that. And it made another ding. Alright, let's try south again in that case. Why indeed? So I'm thinking the ding either means we're on the right path or we're on the wrong path. One of the two. Clearly it is one of the two. Which one of the two? I haven't the faintest idea. But it's definitely one of those two. I promise you, it's one of those. Oh. So I can click that button to make a ding? What does that mean? I can't step out. So I assume we're not actually somewhere. Submarine buckling under atmospheric pressure? Oh god, that's a terror that I needed in my life. Submarines scare the shit out of me. Both are an option, but one is lying and one is saying the truth. Oh no. Forward. Onward! Onward into confusion. That was a different noise. And now it makes a different noise. What does that mean? Okay. Save the game, Ribbon? Oh god. Someone get that cricket out of my house? Does kind of sound like that. Alright. Where else can we go from here? We can go southeast for some reason. Oh, we have to remember the noises to open a door, maybe? Let's try writing those down just to be safe. So we've got ding, ding, phaser, we'll call it. Clink, clink, ribbit. There you go. There's another way. And Emperor, thank you for a gift sub to I Watch Games Sometimes. Distraction bribe. I appreciate the distraction. Thank you for gift sub number 442. It means a lot. And I Watch Games, you enjoy those ridiculous emotes. Southeast. Sure, why not? Onward. And then another ding. Okay. I'm writing these down, but I don't know what we're doing. We can go southwest from here. Sure, why not? Is it onward or is the world receding? Oh, God. Wait, there were two sounds that time? Were there? Now it doesn't make any sound. Alright, so I can go northeast, but that's back the way I came. Alright, so that's a dead end. Mark that off. And we'll head back northeast. Is it ding dang, balla walla, ding dang? Ooh-ee, ooh-ah-ah, ding dang. Walla walla, ding dang. Possibly, Nano. I think you might be onto something right there. Emperor, thank you so much for the gift sub to Nanotechnician there. Gift sub number 443. That's so many. I appreciate that, Emperor. Prime for good choice of song. That's fair. I'll take that. And then, Nano, you enjoy the, That is two noises there. That is the ding and the phaser. Wait a second. No, it doesn't change which way I face. Alright, so that's southwest. That's the way we took last time. And that's northwest, which would be back the way we came, but that might be the way we need to go. Well, we could go north from here. Ah, so they could correspond with directions, but in what sense, I wonder? Is it telling me which way I need to go next? Could be. Let's try going north, see what happens from here. See what happens. And here it's not making any noises. What does that mean? Does that mean this is a dead end? Could mean this is a dead end. Alright, so that's back the way we came. This is a dead end. Alright. Mark it a dead end on my map. And let's backtrack. Ooh, collector's edition, Trey Dog. You'll have to send some pics once you start cracking it open. I'd love to see what comes with it. Noofy-chan, that is definitely the kind of crazy I'm going to be going there. And also, Magic Card Trader, welcome in. How are you doing today, Magic Card Trader? I hope you are having a good weekend so far. Alright, so it definitely plays two noises. So let's assume that we do have to go in a split direction then. Although we don't know which split yet. 1 p.m. there. It is 7 a.m. here. Oh, Sid makes some wingding noises. Oh my god. I haven't thought about wingdings in a while. I'm in Chicago in the United States. Good to meet you. Alright, so we've already tried going north and southwest from here. So are there other directions available to us? Let's see. Southwest is a dead end. There's northwest. That'll take us back the way we came. Let's try that. Let's try that. Let's try heading back the way we came. $3 p.m. there, Moscow time. Nice. Very nice. Chill way to spend an afternoon, I hope, Noofy-chan. Alright, so it plays a phaser noise here. So where do we need to go from here? Also, I'm going to start writing the directions in a different way here, too. Back the way I was originally doing it. So north, west, north, east, east, south, south. All right, that's where we are right now. All right, so where can we go from here? North is back the way we came. Southeast is the way we tried before. We can go west. So let's try that. Let's try heading west from there and see where that gets us. Ooh, got the tilt. That was a little harrowing. Alright, so I'm going to assume if I hear a noise, I'm going in the right direction. And then I need to use the noise for my next heading. Let's see, what does the red button say? I don't think it says anything on the red button. So that's the ding and the phaser. Which means we're supposed to go in a split direction from here? Possibly. Right, the noise is a clue to the right direction, but I think if I don't hear a noise, that means we haven't gone in the right direction in the first place. That's what I'm thinking. So, because every time we haven't heard a noise, we've been in a dead end. So I assume if we hear a noise at all, that means we're going in the right direction. So northwest, possibly? Let's see if there's a direction. Because we've got a hypothesis right here. There is a southwest from here. But we've got a hypothesis. That means there should be a northwest if we're correct. Let's see. Is there a northwest? There is not a northwest. There's a southwest, though. There is a southwest. That is a split direction. So let's try going southwest. See if this gets us somewhere new. Alright, then it just plays phaser. Only plays phaser after that. So we can go west. Let's try that. Whoa! Alright, so that's a new noise. Yeah, each noise refers to one cardinal point. So phaser appears to be west, doesn't it? Phaser appears to be west. And ding appears to be south, maybe? Quite possibly. So now we've got a new... We've got clank, we'll call that. Clank and phaser, so it's something west. Now, I think phaser is west as well. That's what I'm thinking. I think ding is south. So now we've got clank. We need either northwest or southwest, I think. So let's see. What do we got? We have a southwest. And we have a northwest. God damn it! Well, if ding was south, then it must be north, right? Let's try northwest. So that's ding and what we'll call spring, maybe? Let's see. Shane, I would like to take the moment to remind you of what you said at the coordinate puzzle. Oh no, what did I say for the coordinate puzzle? What horrors are you going to bring back to haunt me now? Oh, it's an audio puzzle. I should assume it's audio heavy. Yeah. And here is another audio puzzle. Kind of a hiss? All right, we'll call that one hiss. We'll call that one hiss, because why not? Hiss and ding, right? I think so. So that could be southeast, maybe? Let's see if there's a southeast. Oh no, it's back the way we came. If Hiss is east, then... So we must have messed up at some point. We must have messed up one of them. Because if ding plus hiss is southeast, then that's just going back the way we came. There's southeast and northeast here? Let's find out. Let's find out. There is a northeast. And there is a southeast. Dang it. Dang it. There is both. 9 notes before I notice the speaker. Oh my god. All right. Well, shit. We got too many options here. 9 correct nodes. You're not counting the dead ends. Oh no. Sound is rotation and not direction. If that's the case, Newfie-chan, we're just dead. We're just straight up dead. Just close your eyes and feel the way. Oh no, please no. Alright, so we took northwest last time. So let's try northeast. Let's try northeast. Alright, that's ding. That's ding. So we thought ding might be south. So let's see, is there a south? There's a north. Let's find out. See if we can find out. There is not a south, so ding must be north. Fantastic. All right. So we're thinking ding must be north. I'm thinking ding must be north. Let's try this out. Onward! So that's north and hiss. So it's north and something. So let's see what options we have for north. Maybe we can narrow it down a little bit from here. That would be cool. All right, so there's no northwest. And there's no northeast. Did I have that wrong? Maybe that wasn't ding, that was clank. Did I have clank back there, or did I misunderstand clank? That might have been clank last time. That was clank plus, or... I thought that was ding plus hiss. This is ding plus hiss, right? Hang on a second. We need to find this out. Where's southwest? Where's southwest? Actually, hang on. Let's backtrack. I need to hear the sound at the last station. I need to hear the sound at the last station to see if I made a mistake. This should hopefully tell us something. Let's find out. That's not ding. Is that clank? Is that what I was calling clank? That's a different ding than we had at the next station then, because the sound of the next station is more like a cowbell. Alright, let's replace clank with beep. Maybe that's a better name for it. Let's call this beep. And beep is... north. Beep is north, ding is south. Okay. Hey honey, what did you do today? I met a guy from Chicago and said ding clank hiss phaser. It's a good day. It's a good day. Robin Gringa, oh my god, Kiwi. Different ding! And Kiwi, thank you for dropping some channel points towards our community goal. I appreciate that. Alright, so ding is south, beep is north, phaser we think is west, and hiss is east. So this is ding hiss. So we think this is southeast, I think. Right? There's no northeast. There is a southeast. So let's try this. Same day, different ting. Oh god. So it'll help and not be distracting at all. Oh, we're fine. Wait. Did we do it? Did we do it? Are we free now? Yes! We're free! Right as we solve the puzzle. We don't need to know any more about those sounds. Oh, what is this now? The book! It's the Myst book! Adrian, I need to hear it. This puzzle took you 3 hours! Oh my god. Oh, we do need to get the other page. We have to drop this one off first. I don't know how we're gonna get back through that. But we probably have to get back through that, don't we? Probably. I think we have to do this a second time, Adrian, because we need to get that other page. Tom! Tom, thank you for resubbing for 17 months. I appreciate that, Tom. That means a lot. The support means helps a lot. I'm sure you know that. I don't need to tell you, but thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. All right. Let's go back to Myst Island. Let's go back to Myst Island. Oh. Okay. Isn't it a shame it's totally impossible to carry books? It's ridiculous. I watch games. Ridiculous. As you solve the puzzle does work and can end. I like it. Tommy popped back in after the amazing subway part. How much trouble did you have last time you played this game with that, Tom? I'm curious. Have you missed being on Myst Island? I kind of have, actually. Alright, I've got a red page. Let's put it in the red book. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Return. Thank you for bringing the red page. You must continue. My name is Sirius. I beg you to find remaining red pages. You must release it from this book. Tend to come. I need more red pages, please. Beg. Don't waste time. Look. Don't. My brother is guilty. And I wrongfully imprisoned. Bring the red page to me.
Alright, so he said he was wrongfully imprisoned and his brother is guilty. Interesting. And he said something about releasing him. Let's see, Tommy tried to map it out like a grid, but it didn't work out so well. I attempted that as well. It didn't work out well either. I probably should have started in the corner, but that's where I was. Oh. I tried mapping it out just by directions, or I tried writing down the directions I was going, then I tried mapping it out, and only after like 9 nodes did I start hearing the sounds. So that's where that is. Saturn, you'll be back tomorrow. Alright, take care of yourself, Saturn. Thanks for hanging around. Good seeing you. Alright, let's go ahead and save our game again, now that we made another accomplishment. Save game, and we'll call that Spaceship R page delivered. Cool. He also said donate to Myst Coin. He'll give you back 200%. Wow, that sounds like a good deal. Wait, hang on. All right. So before we do anything else, we need to get that blue page. We need to go get that blue page. Which means I think we have to go back through. I think we have to go back through the submarine section again, but we've got notes now. We do have notes. Maybe we can make this work. Hopefully it won't be as bad the second time. I've got to hope. I've got to hope. Oh, video and book. Is this TikTok for the elderly? I do love me some TikTok. Alright, Spaceship Age, we meet again. Let's get this done. Oh wait, we need to grab the page before we go in there. Alright, so let's see if we can find where the page was. It was just sitting at one of the stations. I didn't make a note of which one, unfortunately. I should probably do that next time. So let's see. I think it might have been at the... I think it might have been at the Fisher station? Fisher station? Fisher? Fisher? I don't know, let's see. And over here... Would you like to know which one? Yes, please. Because I saw it before, I just don't remember because I'm a dumb. So that would save me a couple minutes at least. It's at the water station. Alright, thank you. Thank you. That would have been like the last one I checked, so that's handy. Let's see if I can remember how to get to the water station. Not that way. We go this way. And then over here? Yeah, over this way, I think. There it is. Thank you, Rin. I appreciate that. Hey, Saturday morning gaming show. Welcome in. Yeah, I remember you did an episode with Tom about Myst. And good evening to you as well. How are you doing today's Saturday morning gaming show? How is your weekend going? Hope everything's going well. What did you think of Myst when you revisited it? Did you think the game held up at all? Did you get infuriated by it? I'm curious. I should really go back and watch the episode, but while you're here, I may as well ask you for the quick summary. There we go. All right, back to the submarine. We have the power of audio on our side. Hopefully we can do this a little quicker. Let's hope. Let's see. You really love Myst. It's a bit hard to sometimes visualize how all the screens are put together due to the jumps. They fixed that in Ribbon, though. I'm glad to hear that. It is difficult to see because it changes your orientation sometimes when you move. And so it's not always clear where you've moved. It's hard to piece together what the total map is in your head. And also, it's not always clear where you can go, what the hotspots are at any given location. So sometimes there can be a direction that you miss as well. All right, so that was a beep, which means we're going north. We got this. We can do this. How many islands have you completed so far? None. None. This is our very first one. We technically completed it. But we had to go back for another page. Verify sounds. Ding is south. Beep is north. Phaser is west. And hiss is east. So this should be west, right? This one should be west if our notes are correct. And as a matter of fact, my old notes say that I went west last time, so I think that is correct. Yeah, going through this puzzle twice is no fun. You should never have to do something over. Like, you should be rewarded by having beaten a puzzle by not having to redo it. Alright, so that's a ding. Or that was a... No, that was a beep. Because the ding is more of a cowbell. So that's north. But this is Myst, that's true. Should have to spend 3 hours here like the rest of us, oh god. Alright, and that is a, what would we call that, a hiss? East? I think that was a hiss to the east. Let's see, I remember brute forcing the solution on this and mapping it all out. There's a trick to it, the audio. It makes a sound every time you pull into a node, and the sound tells you which way you're supposed to go next, because there's 4 sounds that each correspond to a cardinal direction. That's the trick here. That's another hiss, so another east. I mean, the rest of us as viewers spend just as long here as Shane does, really. I mean, I spent a long time before I even noticed there was any sound happening at all. That's pretty insane. Alright, that's a ding, so we're heading south from here. Wait, there are 2 different sounds back there? Were there? See, I don't think there was because I'm actually following my original route here. So I think we should be okay so far. That's definitely just one. Well, we're still getting directions, so let's keep going. More cowbell! More cowbell! As long as you still hear a sound, you can proceed. I think so. I think that's that's correct. I watch games. I believe so. So let's just keep going and see where we can go. That's another cowbell, so we'll head south again. But yeah, that's the trick Saturday morning gaming show, is you have to listen to the sounds and figure out what sound maps to which cardinal direction, and that'll give you your route. It's basically all audio puzzles in the spaceship era. And that's a phaser, so that's west. Cool. Alright, progress. We're doing this. Going a lot better than last time so far, I think. A lot less pain, that's for sure. A lot less pain, a lot less uncertainty, a lot less confusion. I was very close to brute forcing this, though. I'm glad I didn't try that. That's two sounds. So that's phaser is west, and cowbell is, or so southwest. Well, Kiwi, we are doing adventure game rules for this. So adventure game rules does allow backseating if you haven't played the game before. So that is okay. That is definitely okay to jump in on that one. And as a matter of fact, I encourage people to play along with me because I know it is fun to solve puzzles along with the streamer. I enjoy doing that myself in streams where it is allowed. In streamers where it's not allowed, I keep my goddamn mouth shut. Alright, that's a phaser, so that's west. There we go. Just because you don't want to solve the puzzle, I think personally I've been doing pretty good so far. I think I've got a good record so far. Let's see, Saturday morning gaming show, my interpretation of the sound was just that they were giving you semi-unique sounds so you could have an indicator as which node you were on. Oh no. I mean, it's so confusing. I think, I'd imagine like at least 1 out of 3 puzzles in Myst, you're going to go in with a very wrong theory before you get it right. So I think that's completely okay to do Saturday morning gaming show. I don't think there's any way to get through the game without having some really bad theories. Let's see. I watch games. My biggest issue with adventure game rules. I've played a lot of adventure games. I have too, but I still make a lot of mistakes sometimes. It's still fun. It's still fun. Hey, Kiss! Oh, hi. How are you doing today, Kiss? How is your weekend going? And thank you for 10 months. I appreciate the support. It means a lot. All right, so what was the sound here? So that's phaser and beep. So that's northwest, I believe. Northwest. Let's go! Just means I get to sit here and be quiet most of the time. I mean, that works too. Nobody is obligated to do anything in here except enjoy themselves. Or take off if you're not enjoying yourself. That's the thing, an option too. You can't always chat with Rin because you may not have known this about Rin, but my tears are like sweet candy to her. So if you know the answer to a puzzle, you can give me the answer. Or you can DM it to Rin and say, wow, I can't believe he hasn't figured out X yet. At which point she'll probably DM me back. I know, right? Alright, so what was the sound here? Hang on. So that's ding and hiss? No, it's beep and hiss. I think that's beep and hiss. Yeah, so it should be northeast. It's possible to not jumping in the stream? Inconceivable! Freya, I don't think I said welcome to you earlier. Welcome in. And I mean, not every game is going to be everybody's cup of tea. And that's fine. That's fine. I don't judge. I want people to be on Twitch in whatever stream makes them happiest in the moment they're on Twitch. I'm here if I'm entertaining to you. If not, I'll be here in a couple days. No worries. No worries. All right, northeast. Rin is a dementor feeding on Shane's happiness until only misery remains. But with better fashion sense, that's true too. And that one's a beep, so that's north. Cool. I've had my suspicions, Kiwi. I have. I've had my suspicions. She won't confirm or deny those suspicions, but still, I'm wondering. Keep my eye out. All right. And that one's a ding and a hiss. So that's southeast. And we made it! We made it! That means we should not have to go back to the spaceship age ever again. I think we're good. I think we've finished the spaceship age. That's fantastic. Oh, thank goodness. Hello, beautiful. Take me back. Oh, I love that sound. That is such a cool sound. I love it so much. Let's see. Basically, one of two things happen when I see Shane playing an adventure game. I'm trying not to spoil it. I'm like, this game is neat. I should play it. Checks GOG. Always, I always say, rule number one of this stream is if you see me playing a game and think this makes me want to play a game, go with the feeling, man. Go with the feeling. You're never wrong there. How does the invest in a Harvester sequel work? Click on the redemption. Click on the redemption and it has a full description of what happens when you invest in that. You might be interested in what you see. Alright, so let's drop off this blue page. See what happens. Emperor, thank you for the gift sub to Saturday Morning Gaming Show. And I'm very lucky you wanted that because that's number 444. Yahtzee? Possibly? Thank you for that, Emperor. I appreciate all the support. And Wiz, enjoy those ridiculous emotes of mine. You have fun with that. Bribe for you to invest in Harvester sequel. And I Watch Games has invested in a Harvester sequel. So, Saturday Morning Gaming Show was curious how that works, so we can show them right now, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect all of those points. I'm going to make a quick note that you've spent that. No, I won't, because your points are gone. They're wasted. They're destroyed. Nothing has been purchased, and you will receive nothing in return. You just lose. Good day, sir. But thank you for doing that. I appreciate that, because Harvester's good. I do want a sequel. Thank you. And Fatalis also investing in a Harvester sequel right there. Fatalis, I appreciate that. For you, I am actually going to make a note that you have spent those points. No, I'm not! The points are gone. Nothing has been accomplished. They're just, you vaporized your points. You had points, now you don't have points. They're just wasted. But thank you for doing it nonetheless. I see we have a chain going here. Are you harvesting points? And Chris, I see you've also invested in a Harvester sequel. Thank you for doing that. Maybe I can make a note in my phone. I've got a spreadsheet in there. No, I won't. I will make no notes because your points are wasted. You've destroyed your points and nothing good has come of it. But thank you for doing it, nonetheless. Shadow Lion also investing in a Harvester sequel right there. So thank you for doing that, Shadow Lion. I'm going to keep mental track of your points right there. So you ask me a week from now, you say, hey, Shane, do you remember those points I spent? And I'll say, no! You've wasted your points! They're gone! They're just obliterated. Even the memory of them is already gone. I don't even remember that you spent points. I've already forgotten. Already completely vanished out of my mind. But thank you for doing it nonetheless. I appreciate you doing that. Obtained a unique Shane monologue, therefore not wasted. I do try to do a different gimmick every time. It's tricky. It is tricky. It's pretty spot on there. I watch games. Excellent. I knew Sir wasn't correct, but I was trying to quote Willy Wonka at you, so I had to stay in my lane there. If I deviated too far, it wouldn't be obvious it was a Willy Wonka quote. I didn't have a lot of choices there. Investing in a Shane monologue. I'm glad you folks enjoy that. Sometimes I can't tell. Shane, please stop feeding me the harvester points. Don't worry, Rind, they are very low in saturated fats. The Surgeon General has actually recommended eating at least 20,000 harvester points a day. Just stay on the straight and narrow. I think it's very important. Shane Liliquy. Oh my god. Let's watch some Blue Book here.
He returned. He wouldn't protect. David, rescue me. I'm acting off. My brother, I beg you. To be complete. Don't always blue pages. Listen to him. Now listen to my brother. He's just a buffoon and a liar. Bring me the blue page. The red one. Don't bring the red one. You implore you. I've been wrongfully imprisoned. You must. I will have my retribution. Please bring me the blue pages. Pages.
Alright, so I'm noticing a theme with both of them. Both of them want me to bring them their colored pages. Both of them say they've been wrongfully imprisoned. Both of them say that the other one is a liar, and both of them say not to free the other one. Of course, he is the creepy one, so there is that too, but still, I'm noticing a similarity in both ways. Oh, let's see. I watched games as a child. This guy always seemed fun. I never trusted him. The very first time I played this game, I'm like, this guy can't be trusted. And Freya, thank you for spending some more channel points towards our community goal. I appreciate that. I love how people in the past imagined in the future we'd have books with telescreens. I mean, it's not like technology here. It's actually like magic from another world. The Myst lore is complicated. The static is a very odd effect, though. I did like the FMV. I still do like the FMV scenes. Because basically the only people you see, the only living beings you see in here are through that sort of FMV window. And I think that adds a really neat aspect to it. So like the world is all CG, but the people are all FMV. And you can move around in the world, so it's not static scenes like in a lot of FMVs. I don't know, it could be nostalgia goggles here. I'll fully admit to that, but I feel like the FMV was a nice choice for this, especially for the era. That was something that really hadn't been seen before, and I think that blew a lot of minds. As a matter of fact, I think this might have kickstarted some of the FMV boom, at least. Possibly. I'd have to check the timing on that. Oh, let's see. Tablets are not actual paperback books. This is true. You can put a tablet in a paperback book, though, which is kind of what I want to do with my, as I decided to brag, my gigantic-ass Myst book that I got from the Myst Kickstarter. I could tear this bad boy open and put a tablet in there. Actually play Myst on my Myst book. That'd be kind of sweet. Fat masculine vampire, that's it. We're talking about fat masculine vampires today, is what we're doing right there. Yeah, the noises are horrible. That sort of like radio tuning noise, that gets real irritating. I'm totally with you on that, Peggy. And Lodo, welcome in, and I thank you for dropping some channel points towards our goal. What's in the book? Is it empty? I'm glad you asked. So this is part of the Kickstarter that they did for Myst a while ago. So what happens is if you open up the front of it, there's actually some pages in there. And if you flip through the pages, you'll see, there's the linking panel. It's beautiful. And here's the thing. So it looks like a book, right? But this comes down. There's 2 boxes in there. Slide it out. This one's empty. So you've actually got some storage in there. And the top one stores all of the Myst CDs. And the cover of each of the CD is the image from the linking book. So whichever one you put on top is what appears through the panel for the linking panel, because that's actually a little indentation to the CDs. That is really neat. Plus, there is also a deluxe edition that some people could get from this. I actually have an IRL friend that got the deluxe edition. And in the deluxe edition, the CDs are stored in the bottom compartment, and there is no top compartment because in what would be the top compartment is an LCD screen and a speaker. So what happens in the deluxe edition is when you open the book up, it actually plays the video of the island flyby along with the theme song on the little screen, which was very expensive as far as the Kickstarter goes, but holy shit, that was cool. I'm very jealous that my friend got that because he showed it to me and I'm like, oh, it's a dream. Even the speaker quality was better than I thought it would be. And as for the quality of the LCD screen, well, it's the same resolution as Myst, so it didn't need to be spectacular. So that works out pretty well. Yeah, it's the song that plays when they do the Myst flyby, basically. So the first time you go to Myst Island, it plays the song as they're doing the flyby, and that's what plays. It's a good song, though. It is. Interview with a Vampire starring John Goodman. I would watch that. Let's see. Is there a half motion video? I've never heard of it. Well, that should be applied to some things, I think. Things where the video is only in cutscenes. Ooh, I'd never heard that term before, but that would make sense if they did that. But does it come with a Myst novel? The Kickstarter actually offered that as a PDF reward, but I don't need the PDF because I have all 3 of them too. I didn't dig them out for stream today, but I'll try to do that for next week. And actually, I think if I dig out my Myst novels, I'm going to store them in the lower compartment of the book. Because then I'll have my Myst books in my Myst book. There we go. Kim Gumo, thank you. I was waiting for someone to go there. Interview with a Vampire is both a good movie and a good book. I'll agree with you there. Super Pedantic Nerd comment, Sega's Astron Belt arcade machine had FMV back in the 1983. See, I believe that. I was thinking, I'm like, I don't think that Myst was the first FMV game, but I think it may have been the one that launched the wave of FMV games. Because there was a very brief period where there was a lot of companies making FMV games, and it only lasted like 2, maybe 3 years. But I think this may be the one that kicked it off. I don't think it was the first one, though. I agree with you there, Nintendo. And also, I have to look into Astron Belt, because I've never heard of that one, and I love me some FMV games, so thank you for that. Let's see. I watched games. I read the first one when I was at the library, but I never saw the others. Honestly, I think the first one is the best one by a lot. Because the first one is a good prequel, and it fills in a lot of lore for Myst and Riven. While the other ones are just kind of other interesting stories in the Myst universe. Book 2 is about Atris's mother, who is long dead by the time the Myst games happen, so she doesn't really have a direct impact on anything. And Book 3 is about Atris having an adventure in a cool age, which is interesting, but doesn't really have anything to do with anything. And Leon Twitch, thank you for the follow, and welcome in. How are you doing today? I'll be misting. Oh god, the puns. The puns. I put my notes in there because I'm sure they'd fit. My notes actually might fit in there. But this is my notebook for every game, so I couldn't do that. Alright, so we've got one more book to read in the library, so let's do that now since we got an opportunity. No, that's not it. I thought there was one more book, right? We read this one, we read this one. Oh, this one, here we go. Alright, so this is for the Gear Age, I think. That's a limited example of videos, though, but you couldn't fit much on floppies. I take it you're thinking of the Tex Murphy games? Because I believe the first two Tex Murphy games would have come on floppies, at least partially, right? Am I wrong? I think they would have. I know the FMVs in those were really bad quality. Alright, so let's check out the last book while we're here. Before arriving in this age, I was determined that it would be a journey to a world very different from my previous adventures, and it was. The sky here is dark and gray and incessantly displays flashes of lightning in the distance. I met a very old man with a long beard and hair that hangs to his waist. He is very feeble and has trouble even moving. This man has obviously been through very many things in this strange world, and I have learned many things from him. He has told me an interesting story of this world's history. Years ago, he told me, there was a beautiful city that rose up out of the water. It housed many people inside its walls, and the people had everything they wished for. The city was surrounded by 3 high hills, which rose higher than the city. On the east hill of the city rested a large lookout post. The people of the city had constructed the post expecting visitors to arrive from the east. The people had no means of traveling on the water, which forced them to merely wait for friend or foe. As time passed, friendly visitors brought rumors of an enemy that existed beyond the horizon. The people grew fearful, yet nothing happened. One day, the usually sunny sky became as dark as night, and black ships appeared on the horizon. The lookout post's attempts at peace were turned away, and the sentries there were easily overwhelmed. The ships continued to wreak havoc on the city, apparently destroying everyone and everything. After the foundations of the city were destroyed, the city sunk deep into the ocean, and only the lookout post remained. The black ships sailed away. The man continued to say that 8 people had hidden and managed to survive through the attack. In the 9 years since the attack, 2 of the survivors died. He also said that it was rumored that 10 years from the attack, the enemy would return to finish the destruction they had started so long ago. I have decided, since hearing the man's story, it would be admirable to save the civilization and stop this enemy's plan of destruction. I am excited about the adventure that awaits me, and an idea has sparked in my mind to provide the needed defense for these people. That seems like a terrible idea, but alright. Oh, let's see. First one could have come on floppies, not sure about the second one. Tried to play those when you were little. Interesting, but I noticed try there phrase. I assume it didn't work out well. Yeah, the first 2 games are very different from the rest, oh my god. City that rose out of the water, Stargate Atlantis confirmed. Please, why would you not make a crossover between Myst and Stargate? That would be so cool. Myst is about visiting weird planets. Stargate's about visiting weird planets. Imagine using a linking book and finding a Gwalt army. Badass. Hire me, game devs. So it's talking head animations filmed from real actors. Oh, it's just a few frames of animation. All right. More like rotoscope than FMV. Say, I'd seen screenshots, but I haven't seen those 2 in action. Keep an eye out for Wraith. Those dudes are bastards. Let's see. Maybe Atreus could use a Stargate to get back to the world indicated. There you go. There you go. You're talking now. Let's see. I met the remaining survivors today, and I began to work out a plan for protection. After a short absence, I have returned to this age with my 2 sons. They has, as of yet, traveled rarely with me, and they are understandably excited to be here. They have grown considerably since Everdunes, and it is already obvious to me that they will be of a great help this time, instead of the nuisance they have been in the past. All 3 of us, along with 4 of the healthier survivors, began construction today. We are building upon the old city's ruins, which will provide a perfect foundation for our fortress. Let's see. Martian Memorandum is worth seeing but not playing. Dead ends literally every conversation. That sounds miserable. I would like to see it sometime though, but yeah, I don't think I'd be interested in playing it. My sons have been spending much of their spare time on the South Island, where most of my materials are stored. I am very pleased with their intelligence and creativity is refreshing to see, as they work on some small projects of their own. It has been over 4 months now, and construction is going well. My sons love the world except for the gray sky. They detest the gray sky and tell me many times they wish the sky were like the blue sky in Myst. The old man I first talked to tells me that the enemy is due in 4 months. I feel we will be ready when the time comes. The man reminds me of Emmett in many ways, and I often wonder how Emmett and his people are doing. It has been 6 months of work, and we have finally finished the fortress. It rests between the 3 hills, which are now only islands due to a rising water level that the people experienced after the attack. Inside the fortress, I have designed a most intriguing device. It makes use of a technology called holography. I began experimenting with it on my visits to Aspermare. It will be working in a couple of days after I compensate for some small miscalculations. This holographic device will enable the survivors to learn to use the fortress. Oh, Emmett, Dogdo, welcome in. How are you doing today? The enemy is due to come soon, and I trust the fortress will provide... Alright, there's a nice little diagram of the fortress. I trust the fortress will provide sufficient protection for all of us. Let's see, PC Engine CD-ROM had a lot of firsts. First ever game released on CD. And the Sherlock Holmes FMV game in 1991. They have the Sherlock Holmes FMV games on Steam. I'd kind of like to try them out sometime. I'm not sure if they're any good, though. I know one of them is based on one of the really bad Sherlock Holmes cases. We'll probably skip that one, but I'd still like to try them out. The black ships have come. Their attack was substantial. Their weapons have been stopped, and it appears they have turned away in defeat. I could not help but smile as I watched the boats leave. Last night we had a small celebration, and the old survivors danced their dances of old. My sons did not understand why the sky had not turned back to its original blue. The old man told them that the storms would never end until the enemy was destroyed. I assured my sons that a blue sky was not worth the risk of death, and they seemed to hear me. I have had a healthy adventure, and I began work on a new book. Once again, I must leave a familiar age in search of a new universe. I've begun. But first, I'll have an extended time with Catherine, whom I miss very much. I must also return to the people of the Tide. I believe in my travels I have found a substance that will ease the pain of their bone ailments that they have long endured. I hope to return to Mechanical Age one day, and find the population growing and my fortress still strong. Though the sky may always be black, I am confident that people here feel a heavier darkness has been lifted from their shoulders. Alright, so we know what that age is called now, at least, Mechanical Age. Let's see, Newfie Chain, have you played the Siberia series? I haven't, but I have, I think, at least some of them on my Steam, and they're on my list to play on the stream at some point. See, this is why I have the community goal to play more adventure games. I have so many adventure games that I want to play. I've heard so many good things about Siberia. I tried to play it off stream at one point, and I got into some sort of, I think I corrupted a save file or something. Either way, I had some sort of technical issue that prevented me from continuing. But I'd like to go back to it because I was interested by what I saw. The world of it seemed pretty good. And yeah, Peggy, Rin just linked a list of games I have played in the past. If you'd like to check it out, I just remade that list. I'm very proud of it. So you enjoy checking that out. Dragon's Lair. Oh my god. Don Bluth does not at all get the legacy he deserves. That dude is brilliant. Let's see. Lost, I'm enjoying the stream, but my body is crying out for sleep. Alright, Lost, you get a good rest. Thank you for the 50 bits. I appreciate it. And we will see you around, Lost. Take care of yourself. And, coincidentally, I think this is probably a good place to stop the stream for the night. So we need to save. Let's go ahead and do that. And we will call this Spaceship B page delivered. And I think this is probably a good place to stop. Emperor, you like the history revamp? I'm very proud of it. It's sortable, it's searchable, and it looks pretty to boot. So I'm very, very happy about that. I'm glad you like it, Emperor. I'm super proud of it. So yeah, we finished most of the little things we have to do on Myst Island. And we finished the Spaceship Age. So I think we're making actually pretty good progress with Myst so far. So we'll be continuing Myst next Saturday. because we're doing this as a charity redemption, and Saturday is the day to do that. So tomorrow when we stream, we are going to be continuing with the Gregory Horror Show for PS2. We could beat it tomorrow, but that might be a bit of a stretch. But I'll give it a shot. We finished 4 souls on day 1. We did 4 souls on day 2. We've only got 4 left, so we'll see what happens then. The Hackery Horror Show? That sounds like a thing I would say. Let's see, Adrian, I'm really glad you were able to stop by, especially for a series that I know you've streamed before, so it was really cool to have you here. I'm glad you enjoyed your time here. So, we've got just one last thing to do before we call it a night. And there are credits for the game. Let's see. But I'm not going to show those yet because we're going to wait till we actually beat the game to watch the credits. So one last thing to do before we call it a night, and that is... let's see who all else is online. And we can go hang out with them. Lone Grand, thank you for dropping some points towards the channel goal as well. So, make sure to hit follow if you haven't already. Make sure so you'll be able to stop in here next time. But, I'm going to see who's live, and while I'm looking, there's some links in chat that might interest you if you've seen them already. I've got a link to my Twitter, if you want to see what I'm up to outside of the stream. I've got a link to my YouTube, if you want to see any of the games I have played in the past. And I've got a link to my Discord, if you would like to continue the conversation with us outside of the stream. And I think we are going to stop over. I see somebody playing a game I've never heard of before. I'm instantly interested in this. So ladies and gentlemen, and Drav, thank you for hanging around. I hope you had a good time, and I'll see you tomorrow too. I hope you folks will join me as we go raid none other than Mr. Grunt Guru. Fantastic retro streamer, plays a lot of really hard stuff, plays a lot of really obscure stuff. And today he is playing a Sega Genesis game called Shadow Dancer, which I have never heard of, but I'm really interested to see what that's all about. So why don't you join me over in Grunt's stream, throw him a follow, say hi to him as well. But if you've got other things to do, I will just say as I always do, have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at in the world. And I'll see you folks tomorrow for some great horror. Take care of yourselves till then, everybody.